designers always have at least 2 sets of tools, always. We also have with it this wonderful standing tool, which you will see we always have just propped on the end of our guest designer desk, because it's a nice way to keep things lovely and neat. There's also plenty of space on there for the tools that you already have. Now, the important thing with when you're working with tools is obviously you want to know that they're durable, you want to know that they're lasting. These completely are. You've got in here the handles that have an ever so slight squidge to them. And they have this lovely glitter. They're very unisex. Obviously in our kit, our standard kit's very pink, isn't it? This one is completely unisex. So wonderful if perhaps you are going to be doing your jewellery parties, maybe you're going to be doing a few workshops. These will be perfect for that. You have got your pliers, including your round noses. So 4 sets of pliers and your wonderful tool stand to keep things nice and tidy. Your price on this today, £11.85. So that means you're buying these 4 tools and you're getting for nothing, completely free, zilch nada, you're going to be getting this wonderful tool stand. This really is a storage solution and a half, and it has within it little opening sections so you can slide in your pearls, slide in your gems, keep things nice and tidy. You're using this today, aren't you, Debbie?
I like it because it keeps all of your tools handy. You know, so as you're working, you're not opening drawers messing about. If you get all your tools out, even if you don't keep them on there, and put the ones you need on there, then you can just back and forward. It's really handy.
It is really simple.
Yeah, it just makes it quite user-friendly. It just makes it quicker and easier to work.
And anything that can make your creations quicker and easier is, of course, better. Because I've got to admit, I'm one of those creative people who I'm creative and therefore not tidy. I'm one of those. Oh, good, you're the same. I'm happy with that. So these sort of things really do make it's a storage solution, but also, as you say, just use it as and when. Highlight exactly what you're going to be using for that day. So you are going to be getting the 4 different pliers in here, and as I said, our guest designers always have a couple of these kits, always, because if you think about it, even simple things like opening a jump ring, you're going to want 2 sets of pliers for that. You're going to want 2 sets of pliers for that. You've also got your round nose here, which are wonderful for creating lovely spirals, lovely loops, and of course, easy things like your eye pins. You're gonna need your round noses for that. And you have your side cutters. I love the side cutters because you can give it a flat finish, or if you do need it to be a little bit sharp to poke through something, you can give it a little side edge, make it wonderful and sharp so that you can pop it through maybe your smaller holes, your tighter pieces. £11.85. Buy the 4 tools and get completely free this wonderful stand. And the great thing with the stand is as well, because it is clear, it just goes with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't have to worry about having it out on your table.
No, and I think as well, when you're working, if you are, I mean, I'm quite messy while I'm working and then I clear up, but so you're looking for your tools, you know, under your beads and under your mat, and if you put them back on there, that's where you go, that's where they go back to. It just makes it easier to work. And I have them on the side, and then I have one that I bring with me. And then I've got another one, because you can't have enough tools. You know, and sometimes you want to. You know, you might just come out with a technique off the top of your head, and you need more than one tool to do it. So I would recommend having definitely more than one tool set. If you're a jewellery maker. It
is really important because it's one of those things you can't create anything without tools, can you?
Crumbs, no.
You really can't. You need these to make your pieces something special.
Definitely.
So 4 tools and you get your stand for completely free. I like getting things for free. It's better than paying, isn't it? Let's be honest. Where are we heading to, my love? Okay, wonderful. Oh, hello. Have we got 2 strands? Wow, okay. Oh my goodness. Debbie, look at this strand for me. Multicoloured tourmaline you've got here. This is delectable. This is delicious. Look at those wonderful tones you're getting. But you're not just getting that strand, oh no. You're also going to be getting this wonderful jet black tourmaline with it as well. That strand is exceptional. And large strands on these as well. Now, we're working with tourmaline here, and I love about this bundle the fact that you're getting these lovely, you're getting 140 carats of these drop style nuggets in this multicoloured tourmaline. So you're working with here almost your periwinkle pinks, your jets. You've also got bursting through here little amber tones too. You've also got very amethyst purples going on deeper down in the strand. But you're also going to be able to mix this with this truly exceptionally faceted 30 carats of your black tourmaline in these graduated faceted rondelles. Because you're working with the same gemstone, but you've got a mix of colours, and of course you've got the lovely smoothness of the drops, and then you've got this exceptional eye-catching faceting. You're working with the same tone, you're working with the same stone and the same colours in some senses, but you've just got a wealth of things you can do with it. Tourmaline is one of those gemstones that jewellery makers absolutely adore using and love working with it because of the variety you get. And you're getting a true range in here. You can so simply do something really, really elegant, something really eye-catching with this seductive sparkle, and then very simply just use a couple, maybe cluster together a few of the tourmalines in those bright pinks to give you something really elegant with this wonderful seductive sparkle of the faceting, but you've still got that pop of colour and that wonderful soft shape from the drops. Your price on these two strands should be £9.90, which is an amazing price actually, but I said should be. Let's be a little bit mischievous. Producer Kirsty says she's really going to get into trouble for this, but it's early, so hopefully no one's... Oh, £6.95. Oh, Debbie, Christmas has come early, hasn't it? That is exceptional price. This is a multi-buy price. Think about it this way, okay? Say you did something really, really simple. Say you just stranded this wonderful 30 carats of your black tourmaline onto beading thread. Really, really simply. Then say perhaps as your pendant, you'll do a little cluster. Maybe you'll cluster together some of these wonderful pink hues that you're getting from the multicoloured. You could easily sell that for double, minimum, what you're paying on these two strands, and you would still have loads left. Imagine those earrings findings with this as well.
That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? That
would be stunning. And black tourmaline, of course, goes with everything, but you have this elegant sparkle from the faceting. The work that's gone into these tourmaline is really something exceptional, something very, very special. And they are graduated, so it's very, very simple to use them as ever you like. Nice beady bead if you clustered them all together. Yeah. But they're just so stand out. You don't need to do a lot of work with these at all because the work's been done for you by the lapidress and by nature. £6.95 for ZEGC02. People are buying 2 and 3 of these at a time, and that is not at all surprising to me. Look at how this strand is sparkling. I'm sure you can think of so much to do with these, but if you can't, get them in your basket now, get them home. Don't forget, January 31st, that's when you want to send them back. You've got an extended money back guarantee, but I'm sure when you get these home, you'll love them. I'm sure you will adore them. They're in ever so slight queue on the phone. I promise we'll be with you. You are answered in order, so stick with us because it is worth it for these wonderful, wonderful strands. At just £6.95, that is something truly, truly special. And if you think about it, it should have been almost £10. So you're pretty much getting your postage and packaging for nothing really, essentially. Buy this, get your postage and packaging free in a way, isn't it? Mm. Double Trouble tourmaline bundle. So you've got your Double Trouble, you've got your wonderful tones with the blacks and the lovely pinks. Let's give it a little bit of warmth, a little bit of kick with these 2 wires in my next bundle. Now we're working with here a wonderful bronze tone in your 0.4 and the wonderful copper colour in your 0.4 also. You've got 100 meters of each, so 200 meters in total, which will keep you going for a long, long time. Now 0.4, it's very much the delicate, intricate sections that we're working with when we do the 0.4, and we're going to be working with them to create the intricate detail. Really, really great gauge, the 0.4 for me personally, because it goes through everything. Even your pearls, which sometimes of course we pop the holes through the pearls, very, very small, very, very delicate, just so they can keep their structural integrity. But even a 0.4 will go through your pearls without an issue, generally. 0.4 is the lovely, the swirls, the details, and it's so malleable. You can work it with your fingers to create wonderful shapes, wonderful intricate patterns, but then you can also strand on gems to add a little bit of colour, a little bit of interest to your pieces. Now you're getting 200 meters here. Your price on these is normally £14.95 each. Normally £14.95 and normally £14.95. Your price on these today isn't nearly £30. It's just £14.95. So you buy one, you get one completely free. Absolutely nothing you will pay for the second one. So if you haven't done wire work before, I would definitely say get on board with this, because this is a buy one, get one free deal. 50% saving you are making on this today. And it's wonderful because if you haven't worked with your wire before, your 0.4 is just malleable enough to kind of get your head around how wire works, and then possibly go up your stages. And don't forget, 0.4 is amazing because you can use it with, say, your wire twister tool. You can use it with your gizmo to add a little bit of strength. You can see the gizmoing on screen now. What do you use your 0.4 for mainly?
I tend to wrap a lot, so I'll make a structure of a piece and then I'll add my gemstones in and I'll wrap round. I'm showing a demo later where I'm using 0.4.
Fab.
And also lots of people use 0.4 for like the tiaras.
Yes.
You know, the twisty, so that you actually put your bead on into the middle and twist.
And then you twist it around.
And you can actually do a few of those and lay them together and make really intricate jewellery. And again, it's an easy wire work technique, but you end up with something quite spectacular that looks like you're really, really clever.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Looking like I'm clever.
Anything that makes me look clever, I'm fine with that. Now, so we have got, Debbie will be using this later on, so get it now so that when she shows a little technique, you too can be able to do it at home when it wings its way to you in just a couple of days. And 0.4 is really, really simple to use, because I did a show with the spellbinding Laura Binding a couple of days ago, and really simply all she did was took some, did it into a little ball, scrunched it up and then pulled it apart, and she created this wonderful, almost messy cloud look bib. And even I did it, and it took me seconds, and of course my bit looks the best, of course.
Of course.
It didn't look any different to her. She's a complete professional, and mine didn't look any different because it was such a simple technique. And that will be on the YouTube, so do keep your eyes open for that. Get this now and you'll be able to create this wonderful bib look. Just £14.95. You buy one, you get one completely free. Now, we love these colours, and these colours go exceptionally with my next kit. I've just got to show you these wonderful colours of this Sodalite, your lapis lazuli and your pearls that you're getting. Look how well they go with these colours of the wire you've just bought on a buy one get one free. Don't they go perfectly? In fact, both work really well. So I'm bringing you this wonderful kit now. This is the kit that we gave to Debbie not so long ago. How long ago did you get this kit?
I'd say a couple of weeks. I get them all the time, so yeah, a couple of weeks.
Oh, I like you've had a while to play with these then.
I have, and I have got some cracking kits for this show. It was proper open it and go, ooh.
Christmas had come early.
Yeah, because you always, when the post stalk the postman anyway, but and they just go to, well, you'll see, but they go together beautifully.
How wonderful. So get these now so that we can have a little look really, really shortly at what Debbie's created, and you'll be able to create the looks at home. Now, this kit is going to be a very special price. So what I would say is look at it, like it, buy it straight away, because you do not want to miss out on this. You're going to be getting 3 strands here of something truly wonderful. You've got 370 carats of this lapis lazuli in these puffy rectangles. These are 18 by 30 mil. You're also going to be working with these wonderful gold cultured pearls that we've got glistening away in the centre there. And you have 80 carats of this sodalite in the plain round, working with your 6 mil here. Now these tones that we're working with, whoever put this together is a bit of a smarty, I've got to admit, because you're getting in here, obviously, the blue tones you've got matching. You've also got in the lapis lazuli these little glints of gold, these little glittering sections just popping out to you that then work exceptionally well with the gold of the pearls. We've got in here, obviously, your willow pattern colours coming through with this wonderful strand of sodalite, which is then echoed in the lapis lazuli with this golden tone that's then repeated in these golden pearls. It's something really special. You can even almost see the luxury when you're looking at this. You can see how exceptionally they work together. And you're working with a multitude of shapes and sizes, giving you the chance to really use your imagination and go wild with this without it being too crass and too over the top, because all the tones just work perfectly together. As well as those 3 exceptional strands, you're also going to be getting your beading thread, your elastic, and your lengths of monofilament. And this is a wonderful colour of the beading thread here. Wonderful. Great if you got the wires as well, because this is matching exceptionally. Including that, you will be getting this wonderful findings pack in these antique bronze colours. You're getting 98 pieces in here, which is something really out in the open, isn't it? And let me show you this chain I would describe as your twisted ovals, and you're going to be getting a meter's worth of these wonderful antique bronze twisted oval chain. So you have got 98 pieces, including this meter of chain, which, because of the size we're working with here, it just lends itself to so much. Use it for your charm bracelets. Really, really simple. You've also got in there your toggle clasp, your cord ends with the extenders, which is lovely because you can give your necklaces a really simple, different look simply by dropping the extension a little bit. You've got your shepherd's hooks, you've got your lobster claw clasps, head pins, eye pins, everything you could possibly want in this 98-piece findings pack. Now, your price today should be £28.75. So you need to be on the phones now, because you know, I said should, you know that I'm going to drop these down. You know this is going to be lower. And it's going to be quite a bit lower today. For these 3 exceptional strands, all your beading threads and your findings pack, your price today, £17.95. That is a cracking price slash for you this morning. You get the chance to work with exceptional lapis lazuli, exquisite pearls, and this eye-catching sodalite for just £17.95 today. you are going to be getting all of this, including a little bit of Debbie's brain. It won't come to you in the post. We're going to use a bit of her inspiration and go over to her in a moment just to see how she's used these. £17.95. And the lovely thing is you are working with such a mixture of goodies in here. I love the lapis lazuli with this gold glitter-like effect, completely natural, just rolling through each of them at just £17.95 today. Good morning, good morning. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
How do we top that?
I know. I know.
Tap dance.
Get your jazz hands out. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What did you think of this kit? First thing you thought when you saw it?
Kind of vintagey, again, because of the antique gold findings. And not everybody are gold people, are they? Not everybody likes the bright gold. But I really like this kind of colour of the antique gold, turned me back onto working with gold. So I really enjoy working with this now because I think it gives a good alternative to like the bright gold.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. I think people are either silver or gold people, but I think pretty much everyone is an antiques bronze lover, aren't they?
Yeah, because it just goes with lots of different colours, and I absolutely love the blues and the pearls in this. Just
exquisite.
Yes, loving it.
You have created some lovely pieces with this.
Thank you.
How many pieces have you created? You've created 5 pieces with this, and you've got some left over, did you?
Yeah, and the necklace is quite, the large necklace is quite gem heavy. I use sort of whole strands of the gemstones, so if you wanted to make sort of smaller pieces, it would go even further, and I had quite a bit left.
So you've made 5 pieces here, and at that price for just £17.95, even if you just sold these for a £5 each, you've got your money back. Yeah,
and I mean, because of the colours so beautiful together, I think if you had that on your craft stall, people would, well, every time I use this colour blue, it always goes first, you know, when I'm selling. And they're always the pieces that go first, because blue's quite popular, isn't it?
Very, it is, very, because it's so calming and tranquil and relaxing, isn't it? So which one of these lovely pieces are you going to be showing us today?
I thought I'd show you how to make the earrings.
These are lovely drop earrings.
Just something a little bit different, and I used beading thread to make the earrings because the stones are quite large, and you obviously don't want anything too heavy hanging off your ears, do you?
No.
So yeah, I just had a little play with the beading thread and sort of came up with this. But I quite like a shoulder duster earring.
Oh, shoulder duster. Is that the technical term?
You know, I like big earrings and no necklace, or necklace and little earrings.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Is that's
kind of my thing.
General rule, is it?
Yeah.
I do love these. I think because then they don't feel heavy.
No.
Because although they've got the drop, it's just the chain.
It is just the chain, and you've basically got one large gemstone and just a couple of little ones. But also, if you use your beading thread to make your earrings and to use it as your findings, then your findings that you get with the kit go further.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, if you were making a charm bracelet and you needed a lot of your head and eye pins to make the bracelet, then don't waste them on your earrings. You know, use your beading thread, get creative.
Definitely. I like that idea a lot. Right, Debbie, let's show us how you whipped up these little beauties.
I whipped them up. I multitasked. All you need to start off with is just a length of your beading thread, and this is a lovely colour as well, so it's quite nice. You can see this in the design, and it's quite nice to show a bit of that because of the colour.
And would you say that's about 40 centimetres?
I always cut much more than I need.
That's good.
Because it makes finishing off loads easier, and you get so much, and you can always use your end bits again for other things. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I always cut way more than I need. And just to the middle, I've one of my larger beads, and then just 2 little ones to either side. And I think if you haven't made jewellery before, making earrings is sort of the first thing a lot of people start with.
Yeah, I started with earrings.
Did you? It's instant kind of gratification, isn't it? Because you think, oh, you know, I've never done it before, and it'll probably take me like 6 weeks, and then I'll have something. And then you kind of start making earrings, you've got loads, and you think, yay!
Earrings are so great because everyone recognises the shepherd hook, so everyone already sort of knows what to do with it. Whereas perhaps if you're not that au fait, you'll look at a crimp and think, well, what is that?
Yeah, and I think with earrings as well, you do lots of loops, and I think it's a great way to practice your loops, because once you can do your loops are the basis of most jewellery making.
Definitely. It is a good place to start.
It's a good place to start, and I think it gives you confidence to carry on and go with other designs. So definitely have a go with earrings if you haven't made anything before.
Give it a go.
Go for it. So I've put one large gemstone and two little ones either side, and I'm just going to bring the ends of my beading thread up to the centre so that they're even, and just pop on one of these lovely little gold balls that you get in with your findings pack. And here's, you need to have a little play with where you want it to sit. So I actually want my beads to sit either side, but I do want to have a little bit of a gap because I'm going to add some jump rings in a minute. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
I knew that. And then just pop on a crimp over both of your ends of beading thread, right down, because this is going to actually hold your design into place. And I'm going to use the beading thread instead of where you might use a head or an eye pin and make a loop. I'm actually going to use the beading thread to attach my earring to my earring wire, down through the middle.
So that's going through
gently,
both of them?
Through both of them, and then pull down. Now this is at the point where you might want to have a little play with your design. Make sure it says you want it before you actually squash your crimp. And if you can make sure that you actually have your little loop going that way, because it's got to fit over your earring.
I see, yeah.
It's not the end of the world if you did it wrong. You could just add a jump ring to it. And I'm going to squash that into place. Bend over my wire because it's a little bit easier to get it nice and flush there, because we don't need that anymore. Same on the bottom. So that's the first part of my earring done. And you could leave it like that. If you're not a big earring person, you could leave it like that, be absolutely fine. I decided I'd quite like to add some chain to the bottom. So just a length of chain. When you are making two earrings, you obviously need to get two lengths of chain the same, because you don't want to look lopsided.
And how do you measure the chain? Do you count?
You can count, but quite often an easy way to do it is cut a length. I think when you're a beginner jewellery maker, you want to measure everything because you don't have the confidence.
No, of course.
But I think when you've been making for a while, you just go by eye. And then I would literally just take the chain in half and snip so that they're the same.
Brilliant. Just pop it.
Just pop it, and then
then you know you're done.
And if you put that aside, then you know you've got the right length for the next earring, you know, so you're not going to be lopsided. And all I did with that was take my jump rings and add it to either side of the bottom of the design. So that's why you want a little bit of gap. You don't want to crimp too tight because you have got to fit two jump rings either side.
I see.
And like we were saying earlier about the two tools, I mean, you can close a jump ring with your round nose pliers if you want to, or from your tool set. But I've always been a person to close my jump rings with two tools, two pliers. So I think that's where having your spare toolkit, you know, really comes in handy. And then pop that in there. Same on the other side. Close it, so you've now got your chain at the bottom of your design. And then I thought, you know, let's make them longer.
I like that.
Let's make them longer.
They're not dusting my shoulders enough.
No. So I actually have added a small matching bead onto my lovely, I love these ball pins. You get these in the findings pack, and they just add that little bit of detail at the bottom of your beads. They're really lovely.
Adds detail, but you don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do it, and you don't have to use any of your other beads because it's on there. So I quite like that. Especially when you get these kits, you know, as a designer you get them and you are limited to the kit as a designer. At home you can add things from your stash, but I quite like doing that. I quite like challenging myself because I think it stretches you as a designer.
I think that's good fun, getting a kit, getting it home and thinking, I'm not going to use anything else.
Yeah. Be
your own guest designer.
Yes.
And just do it from what you've got.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you can create things that you would never have thought of.
Since I've worked here, I think I've said this before, I've just come on leaps and bounds as a designer because I can't sit there and be really precious about it and think, oh, I need 50 jump rings or 50 head pins. I've got to work with what I've got, and I absolutely love it. I think it just really stretches you. You come up with things that you never would have thought of. I would highly recommend getting a kit and just limiting yourself to the kit.
Just using that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're going to open yourself up to new things, and it's nice as a jewellery maker to be able to challenge yourself, especially if you've been doing it a while.
Yeah. And take yourself out of your comfort zone.
Definitely.
And like, I mean, that I was nice and slow with that earring so that you could see if you're a beginner maker. If you're an advanced maker, you'll know exactly what you're doing anyway. But earrings are literally minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously you make another one to match, you pop it onto your earring finding, and you've got quite statement earrings. Imagine how much they'd cost if you went to a high street store, and especially with gemstones. They're mostly glass, aren't
gemstones.
they? Mostly glass when you go into certain places.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're working with genuine gemstones at an amazing price, just £17.95, and you too can create these stunning earrings.
And
now, we have got half the stock gone on these now, so please do get in there now, because I don't want you to miss out, and you too can create all of these and more. I love this one. It almost looks like a bracelet.
Well, I just started off sort of stranding. Sometimes lately I will just start off doing something and let it evolve rather than work it out before. And then I just thought, you know what, that's quite unusual. I think I'll use that as a necklace. So I just, to be different, because obviously when you're on here, I don't want to do the same old that everyone would have thought of necessarily. No. So I try and think of, you know, sometimes I don't succeed, but I try and think of things that are a little bit different, you know, just to give an example. But when you get home, if you're more of a smaller jewellery person, then you can just do, like the other necklace that I've done, one little gemstone on there, and it'll go really a long way if you did it that way.
You've got such a mix of things you can do here, and let's have a look what other things you've made for us in this wonderful wall of fame. Wall of Fame. I've never done this bit before.
Oh, haven't you?
No, but I always watch it and I always think, oh, that looks so much fun.
It is. I love seeing what everyone makes. It's really exciting.
I know. Well, you come in and you look and you think, wow, people have got such imaginations.
I know, and it's intimidating as a guest designer because you think, oh, these are amazing. I've got 172 here. Oh, gorgeous. A lovely photograph as well. I love that you've put it on the shell there.
I like that.
And this, it says, Dear all, this week's entry to the wall is a bracelet I made from 0.8 and 0.25mm copper wire, using sunstones to match, a pendant that was shown a few weeks ago on the Wall of Fame, all from JM. I'm hoping to wear the set to my Christmas party if I can fit into my dress. And this is from Kim from Essex. Kim, that's a beautiful bracelet. Yeah, but no one is going to be looking at your dress. They're all going to be looking at your jewellery.
Yeah, so don't worry if you've had to squeeze it and you can't quite do the zip up at the back. It's fine. Everyone will just be looking at that wonderful bracelet. Yeah. It's lovely that you've got that richness of the wire that you've worked with.
I bet you'll get loads of comments on that when you wear it.
Oh,
I bet she does.
Definitely, definitely. I have got here for you 175. Look at this.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
This is eye-catching. It says, hello Jewellery Maker, loving the show as always. Please find attached my entry to the Wall of Fame. It's a simple necklace made up of agate, smoky quartz and hematite. Hope you like it. All elements as usual from Jewellery Maker, of course, and this is from Chris. Chris, this is standout.
And the colours together are really, really, it's very classy. It looks very, very expensive.
It really does.
It? Yeah.
It really does, because you've got the faceting, but that agate drop.
Beautiful. Oh.
That is such a wonderful gemstone, isn't it? And I love working with agate in this way, because I bet if you did another one with a different agate, it'd look completely different, didn't it? Chris, that is absolutely lovely. Thank you very much for being the first person that I ever brought to the Wall of Fame. Ooh, exciting! I'll remember this, Chris. That is 175 for you today.
I've got 173. Oh, I love this.
Oh, bonsai!
This is right up my alley
goodness.
with the candle in it. That's completely beautiful.
I love this.
Hi all at JM. Here is my entry to the Wall of Fame. The pic is a bit fuzzy, but it's a bonsai tree with moonstone, rose quartz and amethyst. Oh, my 3 favourite stones. I've made this for a present, oh wow, for a friend this Christmas, so I hope you like it, and it's good enough to be shown on the Wall of Fame. See you all on the 22nd on the Sunday Experience, and that's Sally from Evesham. Sally, Oh, if I got that at Christmas, I would be so chuffed.
I would be.
Because you've got the gemstones and all the properties of the gemstones there, and then you've got the candle, and all in one, like, oh, I love that. That's a fantastic idea. I bet she loves it.
Oh, that is so gorgeous. Of course, it's Alison's bonsai design, but I like how you've completely made it your own, Sally.
Yeah.
She's completely added a different dimension.
So you've got the whole experience of the gift, and there's a lot of thought gone into that, so I bet they love that. That's 173, so good luck.
We have got 176 here for you, and this is from Carol. And it says, latest entry to Wall of Fame. Laura inspires me so much. Hope one day to be as good. Everything from Jewellery Maker. Love all presenters and guest designers. Regards from Emma from Derby.
Oh, that's lovely.
Isn't that wonderful?
That really is beautiful.
Laura Binding is in the studio next door. She's doing a little bit of a workshop next door, so I'm going to show her this shortly, because I bet she will adore this.
Oh, crumbs, yeah.
I love how there's...
Very neat.
So neat.
It's really neat.
I love the gizmoing that you've done around it to create these spirals.
Yeah.
It's just adding a next bit of texture, isn't it?
That's beautiful. And is that Viking?
It looks Viking knit to me, doesn't it?
And I love that as a chain. I think it really gives it that unusual feel that you just don't get. You know, it's very boutique, isn't it?
So boutique.
I love it.
So boutique.
I love everything today. Crumbs, everyone's really...
Oh, stop it. That's ridiculous. Thank you for this, Emma.
Not
I love
showing
it.
you. 174. Oh, beautiful.
This looks a little bit similar to a design you've got coming up.
Do you know, the earrings are almost identical to some earrings that I've made with the kit. Oh, this is beautiful. This is from Carol in Havant. I hope I've said that. Can you see that? Yeah. Please see my latest makes. The top item is a necklace showpiece at first jewellery party, and the earrings I was commissioned to make a set. The other is based on Alison's swirl theme. Bit way out there, but I love making both of these. Took quite a while to save my fingers. Anyway, love to hear your comments. Well, my comment is stunning. Stunning, stunning. And the colours that you've put together with the wire are just beautiful.
They are all so stand out. That is completely my style. I would wear all of that.
That I could look at that for a long time. I'm a bit crazy about jewellery. I love it. You'd think I'd be bored of it, wouldn't you? But I could look at that for a long time. I think that's really beautiful, so good luck.
It's so lovely.
Oh, stunning.
All of these pieces today.
Wow, you've really excelled yourselves today. Wow.
Wow, what a great way to kick off the weekend. Now, I'm going to go to a very short break, but coming up after that, if you like jet black colours, if you like a little bit of bold statement pieces, then stay tuned, because I've got a wonderful strand of this black spinel coming up to you.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day. Ed's excited. Oh, look at him. What a guy. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this video.
Book now to take part in the Gemporia experience. Take a behind-the-scenes tour of our TV studios, meet the presenters, and learn about gemstones and jewellery. The price of £169 includes an overnight stay at the picturesque White Swan Hotel, a buffet lunch, refreshments, and a 3-course dinner. Dates are limited, so call or email us now for an experience you'll never forget.
Join guest designer Sarah Elvin and get creating stunning designs in no time with this Kumahimo introductory DVD. The easy-to-follow steps shown on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will guide you through a variety of techniques to get you started. To get your hands on a copy, simply contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Hello, welcome back. Hope you had a nice break. I told you I was going to be bringing you this exceptional strand of spinel, and I'm doing it right now. This spinel is the jettest of blacks you can possibly think of. Now, why is that a positive thing? Well, of course, black goes with everything. Everybody knows that. But also, because it is this shape and because it is so opaque, it's definitely a unisex strand. Why not do yourself a bit of a posh and becks? For the Christmas season, make yourself a wonderful necklace. Do your hubby something, maybe a little bundle for a little cufflinks or something you could do. Posh and becks for this Christmas season. You've got 50 carats of this wonderful black spinel, and these are in your plain buttons. So you'll see each of them are perfectly circular, and then they have the flat base. It's a really long strand. This is a 30 centimetre strand, so you have got, it's packed on here, an absolute wealth, and they're all 5mm. Now, because they are these plain button shapes, it means that you can get completely different looks. Strand it as is, so you've got the movement. Strand it possibly on wire, and then you can have them just flat against the neckline. Or you could also bead them up, having different textures, different shapes, different looks. You've got so much you can do with this strand. What would you think of doing with this strand, Debbie?
I think they're lovely, sort of sitting next to each other, but they might be lovely to do in sort of circular design as a pendant, and you could put little tiny ones in between. I think, again, with that colour, it goes with absolutely anything. So you could put something fiery like your red in there, or you could tone it down and put maybe more of a moonstone or a pale stone, depending on the look that you're going for. But they're versatile. They're just something to have, aren't they? To go, you're always going to find a piece of jewellery that you can put that into, just because of the sheer colour of it, and the size is really good too.
I like the idea of doing the black spinel in a round shape, like you said, as a pendant, and then perhaps dropping down almost a floating effect. This wonderful fire opal that I've got coming up for you. As you said, just adding these warm tones. And because these are centre drilled, that would work perfectly, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
these in a circle, and then this just floating.
It'd be lovely.
Oh, good plan. Good plan, Debbie. You've done this before, haven't you? Now, this is DMVX47 for this 30 centimetre strand of your jet black, completely opaque spinel. Your price on this, £6.95 for you today for black spinel. And you are getting 50 carats worth, which on this strand you can see that means you're getting plenty here. You can create so many looks with these, and I love the fact that they're drilled through the centre, because it very simply means even if you are new to jewellery making, pop it bit of beading thread through it, you've got a bracelet. And because of the way it is drilled, it'll just sit so nicely against the wrist. Double it up as well, can't you? Look at me already having a little play. Oh, you can double it up. Oh, look at what you can do now. And black is one of those colours that it goes with everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes with
everything. If you've got a little bit of a black party dress, and maybe you're a little bit nervous about popping colours with it, then this is wonderful, because you've got the flat surface, the light just reflects into the eye, bounces off, giving you same colour tones, but just a completely different look, a different feel. This is a lovely, lovely strand for just £6.95. That's a bit of a treat, isn't it? And that is a great deal, but it's not even our Advent deal. Do you like working with spinel as a rule? Do you have any that you're a bit...
No, I do like it because I think it's very less is more. My design style is quite chunky and funky, but I think you can make some really sophisticated jewellery. Like you said, you could simply strand that, put a silver clasp on, and even if you wanted to, put a sterling silver clasp on, and it looks like a high-end piece of jewellery. This is the sort of jewellery that people wear time and time again, and that make time and time again. So I think, as well as your own personal style of your chunky or whatever your style is, you've also got to have the pieces that everybody will wear. And I think with this kind of, or the bread and butter pieces, I suppose, because not everybody wants to make a statement, not everybody's really confident with their jewellery, are they? Some people just want something quite sophisticated, quite simple, but that stands out and looks really nice. And I think that's what you can achieve with a strand like this.
Definitely, you can get that feel, can't you? This can be yours. In a couple of days, it will be popping its head through the post at just £6.95. It's getting close to Christmas, isn't it? We haven't got your normal advent calendar with a bit of chocolate that tastes a bit like it's gone off. Sometimes you get those advent calendars, don't you, and they're a bit speckledy. You think, is this last year's? We've got not chocolate, but something special in our advent calendar this morning. Didn't know the camera was coming back then. Having a little hoedown to myself. Now, is this a delicate matter? Oh, that was satisfying. Oh, there's little bags. Feels a bit like a bush tucker trial, especially when you pull out these wonderful animal shapes. Let's have a look at what we're working with here. I have not seen these before. Are these new? Brand new for you today. Debbie, you're going to fall in love. Get on the phone under the desk because you're going to want these. We have got here for you brand new shaped copper discs in this stunning silver colour. You've got perfect for stamping. You've got your dragonfly shapes, your perfect ovals, and your flutterby butterflies. I'm going to have to get these out for you to have a look at because they are so special. Oh my goodness, and they're textured as well. Debbie, are you falling in love?
Yeah, I've never seen any quite like that. They're gorgeous.
Let me show you first off this wonderful oval shape that you're working with here. Perfect for stamping. Write little names on there, personalise your jewellery. You've got these wonderful textured ovals as well. Unusual to get this much texture on them.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And if you're not confident with your texturing, then you've got that already there for you. But you can also add to it. So if you wanted to add some texturing around the outside, you could use your hammer and block. So there's loads you could do with those. Oh, they're gorgeous.
And you've got these lovely butterflies. Butterflies perfect for this time of year, aren't they? Obviously represent regeneration, rebirth, changing in life. You've got your wonderful butterflies and you've got your lovely dragonflies also. Look at those!
They're lovely. You could add some colour to those as well, I would think. And if you use the die cutter, if you bought the die cutter and you've got the foils, you could actually die cut your foils or your shapes out and put them on top.
Definitely.
So there's quite a lot you can do with those.
And even if you are new to jewellery making, you're thinking, well, I have no idea what to do with those. Really simply, you could have them as a bracelet. Just hole punch either side. I think we've got a hole punch coming up for you actually. Hole punch either side, strand through. You've got a statement bracelet there, haven't you?
Oh yeah, and you could even put it on cord, couldn't you? You could just put some faux suede or some colourful cord either side of that, and you could even shambhala it or kumihimo it.
Yeah,
that would look really cool.
Debbie, can you please describe me in 3 words?
Oh no.
Because if you answer correctly...
Yeah, what do I get?
Well, you have to wait and see. 3 words, please, Debbie.
Yes.
What would it be?
3 words to do with that?
No, to describe me.
Oh,
It's all about me, Debbie. Come on.
Sorry.
No, I'm intrigued. Come on.
To describe you?
Yeah.
Confident.
Oh, nice.
Pretty.
Oh my goodness. Oh, stop there. You've won me over. You don't even have to come up with another one. Your treat is, would you like a couple of these for your challenge?
Oh, I would.
Would you?
I would.
Tell you what if I give you one of each?
Oh,
or would you
please.
like more than that?
No, one each would be good.
One each. I'll give you one of each. So you've got, oh, brilliant. Thank you. Handing them over.
Oh, thank you.
There you are. Go wild with those.
Oh, thank you.
So we'll have a little look. You haven't got long though. You've got 15 of those you can
Do you want me
use.
to use them all?
Maybe a little bit over the top. Yes, in one piece, please. You've got for you. These are brand new. Your price for these brand new, wonderful copper discs for stamping or creating your little looks is £9.95.
For all of them?
For all of them.
Ooh.
You like them, don't
They'd
you?
be nice in my stocking if my husband was watching.
Subtlety is key, I find, with Debbie. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, hubby. These ones are the ones, please. They are so nice. And if you are new to jewellery making, I really do suggest you get these, because what lovely drop pendants. Even if you're not into stamping, maybe you haven't done that before.
No, you don't have to stamp them because they've got texture on.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure you could add some colour to that as well with sort of inks or Swelligan, things like that. You know, if you have a play, they're great to have a play with. And all you really need to do is make a hole. You could literally make a hole in one of those, put them on a chain or bracelet. You know, you don't have to be really, really knowledgeable to use them. So they're really versatile. I think that's really good for all of those.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm really happy with that price. And because you have got the very simple shapes with these lovely ovals, that's kind of more classical, isn't it? You've got the butterflies, which have got kind of an elegance to them. And then you've got the dragonflies, which are a bit fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
You could have them hanging however you wanted, really, couldn't you? You could have them flying in motion, you could have them pointing downwards. Oh, you could have them kissing. Oh, look how nice. Ooh. I've never done that about a dragonfly before, I will not lie to you. 15 pieces at just £9.95 for these wonderful brand spanking new shaped copper discs, and you're getting 15 pieces here, brand new today, and I won't lie, at that price you might not see them again, because you are getting 15 pieces and it's something that you can stamp into. But you can also use it with things like your Swelligan, possibly even your jewellery enamel as well. You could work with these.
If you put them on inside your melting pot, and then you put the actual granules on the top, and then you heated it, I bet you could get some good effects. I mean, Liz would know more, but I'm sure. I mean, I've been playing a lot with our jewellery enamel, and I've been using lots of things like that. When I think, as a silversmith, how long it takes me to pierce out a piece of metal in a shape, you know, there I am doing all the things that I've learned over years, you know, it takes ages. And
Done. Done here for you.
Takes the hard work out of it, doesn't it? It's really good.
It's so simple, because we will be bringing the hole punch to you next, actually. But really simply, you could just, even with the ovals, little hole top and bottom, and then you can create a wonderful asymmetric design on a necklace.
That'd be lovely.
Even a couple of holes you could do, couldn't you?
Yeah,
and
you can do
have
as
it
many
multi-hole.
holes. You don't have to just think of the hole as the place that attaches.
No.
But you can do holes at the bottom and hang things.
And drop them.
Yeah.
Oh, I really like that idea. Now, we are going to be doing the hole punch, and then Debbie, can we maybe pop over and have a little look at how it all works together? Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
Thanks. So, we're going to bring to you now, congratulations for getting those, everybody, because you're going to get them home and you're going to love them as much as we do in the studio. That wonderful texture in there and the great shapes. I don't think, if you want them, Debbie, I think you're a bit late. We're so low in numbers.
That's not fair.
Sorry. By the time you get home, they'll be gone. I'm sorry. No.
It's my birthday tomorrow. You can't do
Is
this
it actually your birthday tomorrow?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It is.
How exciting! Near Christmas, do people ever buy you a Christmas and birthday present in one?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, that's nice.
My parents never did. They were always, separate. But I just get really excited at this time of year.
Oh my goodness, I'm not surprised at all. Well, we're going to have to... Hubby, come on, it's a birthday tomorrow. Get them. She's giving you the nudge. I've got here for you to really make these pieces something special. I've got here for you your double metal punch. So when we say the double, we're talking about the 2 different sized holes. So we're working with a 1.5mm and a 2mm. I'll get this out for you to have a little look at. And I'll bring this over to you in a moment as well, Debbie. You can see very, very simply, you've got the 2 T-bars, and each of those are on a screw mechanism. And very simply, you just screw and unscrew to create your hole. So really easily, you just pop them through and stamp through, and you've got your 2 size holes there. So this is going to be really important when you're working with those shapes that you've just bought, because of course you're giving it the look, you're giving it the ability to be able to be threaded through, to be able to do your pendants, your drops, to hang wonderful gemstones off there. So this is perfect for the designs that we've just brought to you, because it very, very simply goes through. Your price for this double metal punch today, £8.95. And don't think that you can just use a normal hole punch. You can't, it won't work. So this really is something that you need to get home if you've bought those lovely, lovely shapes. So basically, you're going to be getting this and those 15 pieces of those wonderful shapes for less than £20. That's a gift right there. Add something different to your jewellery making. If you aren't maybe a wire worker, or perhaps you're used to just working with beads and thread and you want to take your designs to the next step, then these 2 things I've just brought you are perfect for that. Because you're going to give yourself something different, something modern, something with a twist, but with simple ease. It's so easy to integrate into your looks. This isn't something that you could perhaps just use with wire or just use with... You can use it with everything. So many things, even your polymer. You could easily use this with, couldn't you? You could,
yeah, and I've said this before, but I was a bit snobby about this tool, because I was like, I always use a drill.
Oh.
I was like, now I drill my holes. And then I got one, and I was absolutely hooked, so I bought one. This is mine. This is mine.
Oh, is it? Oh.
And I take it from you, and because it's so easy, plugging in the drill, messing about, making the hole. And this is so simple. You just put it in, and you've got a hole. And it even tells you on each mandrel what size hole you're going to get. So if you want to use it for, say, cord, say you're going to do like a shambhala type thing, then you know which size. So simple.
That is really simple,
such a cool tool, really is.
Sorry, I was just walking into the graphics then. Hi!
Hello. I'm playing.
Are you having fun?
I am, actually.
What do you think of these shapes that we've just brought?
Fantastic. And you can never go wrong with butterflies. People love hearts and butterflies and anything like that, flowers.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with. And I was just thinking, I got them out of the packet, and I was just thinking, if you wanted to make a necklace where they all sat together like that.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. You'd have to make loads of holes in them.
Yeah.
So if you are going to do something like that, then you've got to mark where you want your holes, because what I would do is just put them all together with jump rings. So then you've got like a bib effect. I love that. And that was a 2-second get them out of the packet.
That's so clever.
And all you'll need is your blanks, your hole punching tool, and some beads on chain, and you've got a statement.
Love, that is a true statement piece, isn't it? These shapes are at the bottom of your screen right now, and don't forget, we're just showing you how to use this wonderful double hole punch as well now.
So I've made a hole in this one, and if you were going to, the good thing as well about this is if you wanted to make that into a pendant, you're completely in control. So you might want to make your hole in his head there and actually make some little statement, or have you know, some beads going up and have him sitting like that. But if you wanted to have him sideways, which I quite often have those on my bracelets, then you're really in control. I think when you buy pre-drilled findings and things like this, often the hole's not where you want it to be.
No.
But you could make your own hole in those as well.
Oh yeah.
So, and I'll show you how to do it. It's really simple. You've got your 2 mandrels here, and I think one's 2 mil and one's 1 mil, I think. It tells you on it.
Yeah, one's 2 and one's 1.5 mil.
1.5. So really good, decent sized holes that you're going to be able to get most things through, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
And then you just put in whatever you're deciding to punch a hole through. Now I usually sort of bend down and see where the little mandrel touches. If you want to be really precise, you could make a little pen mark on there, a little marker pen, and then you just start to wind your mandrel down. You'll feel as you hit your blank that it gets tight, and then you just twist it.
And how much pressure are you putting on that?
Not much.
No.
So if you did have dexterity problems, I've got arthritis in my thumbs, so I do have to be a bit careful, and I don't find it hard on my hands.
No.
You don't want to wind it all the way down, because if you wind it right down to the bottom, you tend to get a little round mark around your hole from the mandrel. So you can actually feel when it goes through, and then you end up with your hole.
Where did that piece of metal go?
Just made a hole and it just disappeared.
It's disappeared?
Yeah.
How do you mean it's disappeared?
It's gone in the bottom.
So say you were to use a drill, not only would that have been really noisy, you'd have had to check it was on charge if it wasn't, plug it in, made loads of noise, and sometimes quite scary using a drill,
using
isn't it?
a drill
sometimes?
is scary, and I would have got my blank, I would have put it on a block of wood,
Yeah.
I'd have masking taped it down, I'd have got my hole punch and marked where I wanted my hole, I'd have plugged my drill in, got the correct size drill bit, I might have had to change the drill bit, then I'd have put my drill in and drilled through. And as you say, you've got to be quite confident to use a drill. Yeah. But I was very, drilling's the way to go, because I didn't have an alternative.
No.
But I can honestly say that how simple this is, and it makes no difference to your hole. You get a good clean hole, and you can even know the size of your hole. So you've got 2 different, as if you were changing your drill bit, you've got 2. And if you don't have your drill out for anything else, if you've got your drum and you don't have it out for polishing or doing anything else, you don't want to get it out the drawer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a mess. You've got no dust. The metal doesn't get hot. The metal gets hot when you drill it.
Of course.
The metal doesn't get hot. And I've got this in my toolkit, and it goes everywhere, because I was like, wow, that's easy.
It is really easy, and I love that it leaves the back completely smooth.
It is completely smooth.
There's no scratching against the neckline.
No, you can put your finger
there.
across both sides and it's smooth, so that wouldn't,
smooth.
If that was against the skin, that would be okay, wouldn't it?
Not an irritant at all.
No, and it's great fun. When you've got your hole punch, you can actually sit there with your blanks and think, oh, I'll hang him there and him there, and you can actually just put the holes wherever you want them. So it gives you a versatility that you don't get with pre-drilled metal blanks.
I love that. And if you have got maybe a pre-made chain done, you could actually have at your craft stand these at the side and ask people how they'd like it to hang.
People love that.
You could have just ask them, and they can completely come up with their own piece then, just to add to a necklace that's already pre-made.
And you don't have to have any power sockets or anything to be able to personalise it. And if you have got the stamps, I know a lot of people, because we always sell them out immediately when we bring them, but you could put somebody's name on there, or a phrase. It doesn't have to be jewellery. You can make a mobile for your kids and put words. So it's another way of personalising your jewellery, even if you're not stamping, that you can put the hole in the place so that you can be in control of how your pendant hangs.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the beauty, I think, of making your own jewellery, that you can do whatever you want.
As you want.
Yeah.
And if you do have a stamp, you could, of course, if you're trying to maybe get your name out there, or maybe you've just come up with your own idea, your own look, you could add your little initials on, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can add your, you can add a date. Some people, so what might want 21st on there, or a date, 2 names and a date, or, a little buzz phrase for a special birthday. And not everybody's got lots of money to spend on high-end pieces. And if somebody had one of these with a name on for a special birthday or a special present, I think they'd love that, but it wouldn't cost them tons and tons of money.
No, and it's so special because you've done it yourself as well. You've not sent it off somewhere to have it engraved. You can just do it yourself.
You can. And it's even down to things like, we're coming up to Christmas, I've made wine glass charms, because quite a lot of my family getting together, and so everyone's got their names on, because no one's getting my drink. But you know, so you just put your names, and then also they'll take it off and they'll keep that. They'll take it home. It's just things like that I like.
And the idea, like you were saying, with the bib effect, you could quite easily do maybe even a family tree, couldn't you, with names on?
That'd be lovely.
So kind of the matriarchs, the grandparents at the top, and then levelling it all the way down with all the wonderful names.
I've got a charm bracelet with cut out hearts, and I've got all of my kids' names on there. So, and you know, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to go that step further, and then I put my favourite gemstones on there, so that it's personal to me and it means a lot to me, and hopefully it's something that I'll always look at and think of, you know, when they've grown up, and it gives jewellery a story, it gives jewellery the personalisation. I think that's the special thing about stuff like this.
Definitely, you're able to put your own spin on it. And speaking of your own spin, if you've got these and you want to add a little bit of different texture to it, a little bit of maybe a vintage feel, I always think, we've got coming for you now this hammer and your block. So this is something to add texture, isn't it?
It adds texture. You can use this hammer and block. Well, you definitely need the block and the hammer for your stamping, so if you're thinking of using stamps. But as I said, I mean, these are already textured, but I might want to flatten out and texture the outside, and I would use the hammer and the block to do that. Also for strengthening your wire and for texturing your wire. Sometimes with wire, you actually don't want it to change the look of the wire, you just want it to work hard on it.
Yes, of course.
So with this, the block and the hammer, you can just work hard on things as well. You don't actually have to make the mark in it by just sort of stroking the hammer across. And then you've got the two sides, so you've got your flat side. So often when you've been working with metal and you've stamped it and you've messed about with it, it kind of goes out of shape.
Yes.
So if you pop your blank, whatever metal you're using, onto your block, and then you use the flat side of your hammer, it will flatten out your design again as well as work hard on it.
It's given the flatten,
if you want
make
it flat. So it can do that. And then on the other side, you've got sort of the round end, and that end gives a lovely texture to your metal. So you can have a play with this.
You can have a little play with it. So you can give the texturing with this rounded side and then flatten with this side. The hammer's special because obviously it does have this long handle, which means that you can get right in there and do the detail, or you can sort of stand back and take your time with it. And of course the long handle's great if you've got dexterity problems.
Yeah, it's very comfortable to hold this hammer. And also sometimes you will want to hold it further down because you'll need to get in to do texture. It's all about how you hammer, the amount of pressure you put on, how you hold your hammer, and it's good to have a play with different textures and see which ones you like, so that you can add. And like with these butterflies, usually if I stamp a name in the middle, I would add some texture around the name.
Yeah, oh, I like that,
so
highlight
it, yeah.
Your price on these with the block and the hammer is normally £14.90, but I said normally. It's not going to stay at that price. Your price on this today is not £14.90. Oh no, it is in fact £8.95.
You just need to price compare that if you're in any doubt at all. Just go on the metalsmithing websites and price compare.
Because it won't be that price?
No, because when I bought my first block, it costs a fortune, and I thought, oh, you know, when you're working with metal, the tools are so expensive, and this makes it just accessible to everybody then.
Definitely.
Doesn't it? Like any £8.95 for both.
Yeah.
Quite often you can't even get the block or the hammer for that each. So that's really, really good.
And of course you have got the block in here, which isn't just for protecting your table, is it?
No, no, no. You need the metal underneath to strike against so that you actually get your texture. If you try to do it on your table, I mean, yes, you could put your blank on your table, but as well as not being very good for your table, you're not going to get the texture because it needs to strike against the metal.
No.
So that's why you need your block.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And with your block as well, working with the block and with this hammer, because it's a special hammer, because you've got this wooden handle, you're not going to get that reverb through that you can sometimes get.
No, and often if you just use a regular DIY hammer or something that you get out of your husband's other half's toolbox, they're too bulky and heavy. And if you really strike it, then you'll distort the shape and you won't get a nice even. I mean, yeah, I'm all for, you know, playing with different hammers and having different textures, but for your actual jobs that you'll need to do on a weekly, daily basis, this is a work specific hammer that goes with the block. So, you know, the two, you really need to get together.
So it should have been £14.90, but not for you today. £8.95. How would you fancy about showing us your hammering skill?
Okay.
If you had a hammer, would you hammer in the morning? I knew you were going to say that. Would you hammer in the evening?
I hammer all day. I love hammering.
Right, have you got a hammer there?
I will have. Actually, I probably got a hammer and a block in here. We don't need to open that one. Well, there usually is.
And don't forget, we have got those shapes still at the bottom of your screen. We've got a few left. I mean, double figures, but only just. So please do treat yourselves to those now, because I doubt that in 2 hours, these brand new things will be still available. These will sell out, I'm almost guaranteed. So those are at the bottom of your screen.
I think that hammering is essential. Quite often with things that I make here, I don't hammer because you're live and you don't want to hear me going in the background.
Yeah.
But even you wire, because you can totally change the look of something. So all you do is place your chosen medium, wire, whatever it may be, on your block.
Yeah.
Take hold of your hammer.
So you're using the ballpoint.
I'm using the ballpoint. Now I know that's what texture that's going to add because I'm used to it, but you can have a play. You can get a scrap piece of metal, have a play, see what texture you want.
So you look like you're hammering on and pulling away, aren't you?
I am. So that's one texture. If I went straight down,
oh yeah,
I'd get bigger, more uniform.
Almost these Dalmatian spots you're getting. So the ones at the edge of the wing are your ones where you struck it and pulled it away, and then the ones in the centre
are just head on.
Just head on.
And then sometimes I might use it to blur my edges, to make my edges soft.
Okay.
And then that is literally taking your hammer to the end and hammering outwards.
So you're just hitting on the edge there?
Very edge. And sometimes that saves you if you've sawn out something and you're not completely happy with the shape, then you can disguise it by hammering over it and adding texture.
Genius.
Not that I've ever done that.
No, of course.
But yeah, I'm actually a big fan. I mean, I've got something that I'm working on for my challenge, and I'll just...
Oh, it's a sneak peek of your challenge.
I'll show you, because I wanted to hammer it, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah, go on.
So I've got, you know, just a wire spiral, and I would say you would never place a bead on your block like this and hammer, because you'll shatter it.
Yes.
So you would need, and you would never hammer over a join, because if I hammered over two crossing wires, it would weaken it. But to add some lovely texture, I've just basically there got a 1mm wire, and I can just hammer in my texture. So as you can see, as I've hammered that, now it's gone out of shape.
Yes.
And if I wanted to work hard on it now and flatten it.
Oh yeah, it flattens it out perfectly again.
So it's adding that kind of rustic feel to your designs. And also, if you hammer it flat, it can make it thicker and it can stop your beads coming off as well. So you might want to just splay the end rather than do a coil or... So there is loads you can do with a hammer. It's not boring to hammer.
Wow. So you can almost give them this floating effect.
You can give them a floating effect. I have before with earrings, cut a piece of wire, really hammered the bottom so it splays out, and then it looks like it's floating in midair.
That's wonderful. Can I just show you the difference here between the ones that we've hammered and the ones that I haven't?
Yeah, so
you can
got
see here, this one hasn't been hammered and this one here has. You can see this texture and almost vintage effect that you're getting, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think it, not only that, it hardens your piece, especially if you've got quite a wire heavy piece with sort of tendrils like this one. It will harden it, but I also really do like the hammered rustic. It looks very handmade, very artisan, and I quite like that look. So my husband, I'm always in the kitchen hammering, he goes, shush, I'm trying to watch this. I'm there with my hammer block, la la la, la, da, 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 da. I won't be long, la la la.
Yeah, don't worry.
But it's It's definitely nice to have. If you've been a bit afraid of this kind of jewellery making, I think that you would enjoy it. And I think it's not a lot of outlay to get these two tools, is it? That's really good. So yeah, I would recommend it. It's great fun.
You can tell you're having fun with it, definitely. And with these ones, can I just ask you, can you bend the wings up?
Yeah, you could do if you domed it.
If you domed it. They're quite strong. They've got a good bit of strength to them. Could you hammer it in a place to maybe give them... You can do it with your pliers.
You can use it with your pliers.
Give it almost like a...
And then you might want
flapping, isn't it?
Say, well, that just looks like I've bent it with my pliers.
And then hammer it where you've bent it.
So these metal blanks are really pliable. And you can bend them. Once you finish kind of decorating, stamping, whatever you're doing, you can then bend your flat shape into an organic butterfly shape if you want to. And that's the beauty of, and I think maybe you don't think of that sometimes if you're not a metal worker. You just kind of keep everything flat.
Yes.
But you can make a butterfly actually look like it's flying by using your pliers, bending it, using your hammer. I would say that if you hammered it too much before you bent it, you're going to work hard and it's going to be very hard to bend. Of course,
yeah.
So I would bend it first and then hammer.
Yeah. And you couldn't you, bend the wings and then hammer the body, give the body a texture, and then like a butterfly texture, and then these wonderful wings just splaying out.
So it adds to, and then you could add your patina or your alcohol ink to bring the texture up. To the top, or even if I've used acrylic paint on my blanks, or I've just put permanent. I think with the stamping last time, I just put permanent marker on and then took the top layer off. So there's loads, and then you end up with something that you think looks nothing actually like that when it came out of the packet, because you've totally made it your own. You've put the hole where you want it to be, you've textured it where you want it to be, and it's completely unique, it's completely bespoke.
I love that you can just use something as simple as your permanent markers. So maybe if you've got kids.
Oh yeah, they love it.
They can just create wonderful little designs, and then you hammer it, shape it, turn it into a pendant. They've got something they've made themselves.
Yeah. And they love that. And my son did a drawing, and I put it in a blank, and then I poured the enamel in. So it's a pendant now with his drawing in it forever. And you could get them to stamp, you could stamp their name on, couldn't you? And then they could put what colours they wanted on. They'd love that. Mine would love that.
That is wonderful. Now these shapes are at the bottom of your screen, and if you are interested in stamping, we haven't got them in stock at the moment. However, New Year will bring cheer when it comes to stamping. Because they will be coming to you. Do you like that, Debbie? I just came up with that.
These things just
come to me. Right, I'm popping over here now, but I'll be back.
I won't hammer while you're talking.
Okay, what about on the break?
Yes.
How's that sound? Now. Shh. Don't tell anyone about this. Okay, I've got something that I'm not meant to have here. We are not meant to do this, but it's the Saturday, so managers, hopefully they're lying in at the moment, hopefully, fingers crossed, they won't see this. I have got for you here 2 display boxes. Have a look at this display box here. Now, are these the same display boxes? Yes. So you've got your opening clasps here to keep your designs nice and neat. And then when we open it up, you've got this wonderful, soft, almost velvet-like covering. Now, you might look at this and think, well, I'm not really sure what to do with that. Do not worry. Are you a gem collector? Have you got some gems you just want to show off? Very simple. You've got your case here, giving you that professional look. Don't forget, if you're collecting gemstones and you've got some truly special ones, you don't just want to have them in any old plastic Tupperware box. You don't want them in your takeaway box, do you, that you've saved from the Chinese takeaway. You want to show them off in something that's really, really professional, really, really elegant. But you can also use them for your craft fairs, for your stalls. We've got one here. Now, you don't get all the stuff in this, but it's just to show you what you can do with it. So very simply, all we've done is we've got a piece of foam in here that we've popped little slots in, and we've covered it in this lovely velvet-like effect. And then you can just store your pieces in here. So if I open it up for you, I can show you. You've got in here your little sections that just pop through, so you can show off your rings. Make this yourself. You don't have to put this coating over it. Really simply, just a piece of foam, slice a couple of bits into it, and you've got your ring slots there. Different colours, different themes. Have you got a colour maybe to your sign, maybe to your logo? Pop that colour in there. And the lovely thing is, in fact, we have these in our little shop. We have something very similar to this, and it's just foam with little slits cut into it, and you have all your rings there. That means that when people come up to your stand, they will want to pop it on, try it on, pop it back in. Oh, actually, whilst I'm here, I'll try that one as well. Oh, and I like this too. And then, at the end of your craft stall, don't worry, there's not going to be all of this, oh, let's pop this into one box, let's take this off this holder. No, not a problem. You're done. That's it. Pack up, done. Very, very simple. And as you can see, they're easily stackable. You can carry a couple at a time, no problem whatsoever. So why not have one that's done with your wonderful ring designs, your bracelets, your necklace designs, and then maybe have one purely for showing off the natural gemstones that perhaps you've got. Perhaps the pieces that you want to have on your stand that might grab people in who perhaps aren't jewellery people, but then it gets them in, it gets them looking at things in their natural form, it gets them chatting to you. Now you are going to be getting the duo, so you are getting two. Now, you can multi-buy on this. We are giving you that treat today. You are able to multi-buy. This is your display duo, and your price on these today, £9.95 for two of these. That is a special price. Debbie's face.
£9.99 each?
No, for two.
Oh, you know, I'd put my collection of rings in that. Never mind selling my jewellery. I'd put my actual rings at home in that.
Oh, I love that.
Because, you know, and also, when you're doing your craft fairs, not to be really negative, but sometimes things go missing from your stall, and things that you've taken a really long time to make, and it's hard to keep track of. Sometimes, yeah, they go awry, but sometimes people have picked them up, and they've put them down over there, and then it's got knocked on the floor. With rings, you can actually have your lid down, people can look, and then you can be in control of them trying it on by lifting the lid.
Yeah.
So all your rings are actually going back in the same place, like you said, but you've also got a little bit security-wise. And if you're using high-end gemstones and you've got some quite expensive rings in there, then you are in control of when you open the lid and the people try on, and then you close the lid again.
And it's giving it the ability to do that. It's almost giving it, when you do go into these high-end shops.
Professional, isn't it?
And they might have a couple of pieces out, but then to get the real luxury, they'll go to the cupboard behind them. And that already, as a customer, makes you feel like you're getting something a little bit special.
Yeah, it's professional.
So you can bring that professional feel to your stand. Your duo display box, just £9.95. We have got multi-buyers on this, and I've only got 60% of my stock left on these. I'm really sorry, only 60%, and I'm not surprised at all. Well done, Carols. Both of you buying it there. We've got Norma, Margaret, loads of people buying these today, and I'm not surprised, because you are getting that professional look and that professional feel, but at that price, that's just exceptional, isn't it?
And they're really, again, display boxes aren't cheap as a rule.
No,
and
not
if you
at
go
all.
to just, you know, to buy display boxes often, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but when I was starting out, I couldn't afford to spend £40 on display bus, because that would be my profit from my craft stall. But two for £9.95 to look professional, open your box and have that security, and also the packing away element. Especially if you're at a store, you're going back the next day and you can't leave your stuff on there. You've got to keep getting it out.
Keep it, yeah.
It keeps them protected, doesn't it? So they're not going to get damaged in transit.
Yeah.
So, and also, I would have this, as I said, for my personal collection of rings at home. You know, what day is it today? Which one shall I wear?
I love that. Yeah, you could have different colours in different boxes, couldn't you? Yeah. So if you're feeling a little bit sprightly, you want something a little bit calming, perhaps pop your blues in one.
Yeah.
If you're looking at giving you're a bit tired, put all your reds in one, and then you've got your own personalised jewellery boxes. And how lovely as a centrepiece. You know, on your table, you might have your coffee table book.
Oh,
I've got a coffee table book. Have you?
No, that's
Have you
posh.
not? Is it? Is it posh?
Oh, you're very posh.
Ah, me and my golden retriever poshing it up. I've got like a wonderful book in my centrepiece as my centre table, little discussion point. If you're off making a brew, they can have a little read.
Yeah, that's good.
But how nice to have your own jewellery on your centrepiece table for everyone who pops over around Christmas time to have a little look at.
That's a great idea, especially if you do your jewellery parties. Yes. You tend to go, or I used to go into schools. I had friends who were teachers, and they used to say, "Will you bring your jewellery in?" And I used to make quite a bit of money doing that. And I used to take, but often in schools, you're doing it in lunchtime, whatever. And you're trying to lay it out on the chairs because they haven't got a spare table. You could just put your boxes.
Yeah, I really like that.
It's quite win-win with these, really, isn't it?
Definitely. Well, I've worked for a charity for many, many, many years, and we have boxes very, very similar to this, because when you do have, if you're doing a demonstration to the young people, to the young carers that I've worked with, a lot of the time you'd have these laid out, and it looks professional.
Yeah.
They used to love them. They used to love, oh, what's in there? Opening them up, having a little look.
Yeah.
And it adds that excitement to your pieces, doesn't it? Because if you think about it, imagine you saw a ring and it was, say, just laid at the side of a table, perhaps lots of other things around it. You might not notice it that much. But if you had it in a display box that had to be opened by the person who came across, I love that. It gives that professional, lovely feel, doesn't it?
It's professional, and I think as well when people go, and there's often a lot of jewellery stalls at craft fairs because it's a popular craft. But that stands, oh look, there's one with a display case. Oh, I'm going to go over there and look and see what's in the display case.
Because it does, it's professional, isn't it?
And if you've got beautiful gemstones in there, then you want to showcase them. And against the black, the lovely velvet backdrop, or whatever you put in there, you can make them look as they should. You can showcase them and make them look beautiful.
Definitely. And it has got this lovely backing as well, so if you have got natural gemstones, pop them in, and because it's got this texture, it's not going to roll all over, is it?
Well, you could showcase a necklace. If you had a display piece that is really expensive, that sort of brings people to your stall, you could lay it out, couldn't you, in there, and you could even pin it.
Almost like the, go on, you know the film, bear with.
Oh, yeah.
You know the one, don't you? And she goes, oh, and he shuts it. And she giggles like insanely. You could do, what is that film?
That is Pretty Woman with Julia
Pretty
Roberts.
Woman, of course, it is indeed. You could have that little effect just with one piece to really stand out.
Imagine going even further. Imagine if you made somebody a special present, like for a special birthday, give it to them in the box.
Give it to them in the box. Hey, and if you were going to do that, you could even design the box, couldn't you?
Well, you could put your card in, your business card, and then you could lay out the design, a bit of tissue paper on the top, and they open it up and it's there. Oh, I'd love it if someone did that for me.
Oh my goodness, me too. Do you know what? I get happy when you go in a shop and they gift wrap it for free for you. And that's only a bit of gift wrap. Imagine this professional box handed to you.
Well, it's 2 presents in one, isn't it? And imagine how much you pay for a cardboard box, you know, like one of those decorative ones, even in the kind of cheap card shops. They're about a £5, aren't they? For the big ones. So you're actually giving someone 2 presents in one, really, aren't you? That's a really good idea.
And if you've got a really heavy bejewelled necklace, the last thing you want to do is pop it in a bag and then they get it out and it's all tangled.
No.
Just have it in this, have it out there. £5 each, £5.50 each. No, less than £5 each. £5 each for these boxes. I've only got left a quarter of my stock now, just coming up to a quarter of my stock. We did start off in triple figures, so please do get in on this now, because I really don't want you to miss out on these wonderful boxes that we've got here. Now, that is such a good point. Let me show you this lovely necklace. Another dragonfly. Dragonfly crazy today, aren't we? If you had this wonderful necklace piece, you would struggle, wouldn't you, getting a bag for this because it is so large. Really simple. Pop it in, and just a little pin, as Debbie said, pin it in. Business card just down here, because you'll still be able to see it. Close it up, and you've got your piece there. That is something really special, isn't it?
Can you imagine opening that? I mean, a lot of jewellery makers out there have commissions, don't they? People commission me. And if you said to them, oh, you just add an extra so much on and you can have it in this box, I think people would definitely go for it.
I completely agree.
I would. Because if I open that on Christmas with a beautiful necklace, and you know when you do multi-strand necklaces, and the minute you take them off the bust, they collapse, don't they, into a... If you pinned it properly, then when they open it, it's going to retain its shape, and they're going to see the beauty of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think, yeah.
I'm completely behind that. I'm going to have a little measure of these for you, just to work out exactly the dimensions of it. So, I can't get this ruler up. Come on, ruler. Hey, do you know what this is like? Those Matrix box lids. Have you ever tried to get them off here? It's impossible. You have to get a slightly moist palm. It's not great. Okay, your size on this is, it is a 28.5 centimetre, which we're looking at in inches. It's around, what's that? 11 inches. And that is by 19 centimetres. So we're looking at 28.5 centimetres by 19 centimetres at the drop side here. And your depth on this is 5 centimetres. Yep. Almost 5 centimetre drop we're looking at here. So you have got plenty of space, even for your bulkier ones. Maybe your bigger gems, your bigger necklaces. You've got plenty of space in here. I have got a handful of these left in stock, and at just £9.95 for 2, I'm not even slightly surprised. Get these whilst you can. Got to do one more bundle. Where are we going? And gone. She doesn't know. My producer just doesn't know. She's like, there's so much great stuff there. Okay, well, how about we work with box? What about these? Oh, hello, number 3. Oh, yes, please. Colourful carnelian here for you. I love these strands. We are working with here 125 carats of these stars. Look at these star cuts. They are so stand out. When you get these home, you'll be able to see they are so star-like. I understand they might on screen look a little bit nuggety, but they're not. They are stand-out stars, each one having their own little kick-off, almost like the legs of a star. The points are so defined, something really eye-catching. You also have 35 carats of the orange striped agate in here, and this lovely 325 carats of these orange shaded agate in the faceted rounds, and these are 12 mil. And the banding you're getting with this appealing zest from each one of these wonderful agate, you're really getting in here pops and bursts. And this strand in particular of the orange agate in these 4 mil rounds, these also are faceted. They are indeed. They're also faceted, and you've got in here, you've got really citrusy bursts of your yellow. You're also getting that rich, luxurious saffron tones, working with your amber in there as well. This really is sunshine. This is bright. This is appealing. This is zesty. You're getting all 3 of these wonderful strands. Your price for these 3 strands, including your carnelian and your 2 wonderful agates, your price, £14.95, including this wonderful star strand. What would you think of doing with these stars?
Wouldn't they be nice on, didn't Gemma Crow do sort of a wish bracelet with a star? Did that have a star on it? Yeah. It would be nice to have this as a little drop charm on a bracelet. You could even have a little chain and then have the number of stars for the number of children someone's got, or pets, or to represent, you know, rather than before we were talking about actually writing someone's name. Yeah. Sometimes you can be a bit more subtle than that and just have something that represents something. So these would be lovely. It'd be nice earrings as well, wouldn't they, because they move.
Oh, I love that. Hey, have you seen that? Cheeky pounds come off there. 100 pennies Every little counts.
Oh, it does.
If you found down the back of your sofa £1, it's like Christmas, isn't it? It's so exciting. You're looking for the remote, you can't find it. You find £1. Oh, it's like all your Christmases have come at once. Giving you a cheeky £1 off. Think of it as the £1 down the back of your sofa. Just £13.95 for these 3 exceptional strands today. And look at how well all of these colours work together. And you're getting with this agate, I just want to show you, look at this one here. You've got zesty yellows coming through all to these Satsuma effects. They have got this planetary look about them, haven't they? And these wonderful star effects. Please get this star strand home, because if you haven't worked with stars before, it's really something fun. And as you can see on screen, you can kind of see the subtlety of it. But I can see here this strength, this boldness of each of the points just jutting out at these wonderful angles. But of course, they're soft points. So it's not going to rub against your neckline. It's not going to irritate the skin because it's got this softness to it. I am absolutely in love with this bundle, I have to admit, because I think these tones are just so appealing. They're so zesty. They're really giving you a bit of a kick, a bit of life. It's getting cold outside. Add a bit of warmth to your jewellery designs with this 3-strand bundle. They're so beautiful. You're loving these on the phones, and I think you're probably loving the star, aren't you? Because we don't have the stars in often, let alone in a bundle. So it's wonderful you're able to get these zesty, appealing stars working with the same tones. Again, when you're getting bundles like this, when all the colours just work so well together, it's giving you that ease. You don't have to overthink, do you? You can just work with it as it is. You've got completely opaque tones with some of these agate, but then you do in some have this transparency where you're just working with the zesty colours. You've got that sunshine appeal, that fun, bright, wonderful colours for just £13.95 on these 3 strands today. Let's get precious about our treasures in this lovely, lovely kit. Now, these gems are captivating. I had a little nosy earlier on, I've seen exactly how Debbie has worked with these, and honestly, you're gonna want to create these pieces because they're something special. Let's start off with your staples first, shall we? In here, you've got your beading thread, you've got your elastic, and you've got your monofilament. As well as that, of course, we're working with your 98-piece findings pack. You can see everything you're getting there on the slide. You're getting loads, and there's even a metre of wonderful chain in this luscious, luxurious, fun and exciting silver colour. These I would describe as your large wave oval chain. Now, Debbie's gone quite chain heavy in some of her pieces, so you'll be able to see exactly how she's used this herself. You've also got your nautical clasp, including your extendable cord ends. If I show you these cord endings, because they are slightly larger than normal. They're not your normal delicate effects, they're the slightly larger, chunkier ones. That means that if you're working with, say, your satin cord or your nylon cord, you've got the ability to get them easily through here. Say you're working with even 10 strands of your beading thread, not a problem. You're easily going to be able to fit them in here. You'll see at the bottom there's this little tooth, and that very simply means that once you do close these sections up around your cord, you're keeping that design in place, you're keeping everything where it needs to be, but you haven't got the worry. You don't have to worry about gluing it in, keeping it in place. The tooth will do it all there for you. And it also keeps your designs neat. So say you are relatively new and you're just now getting used to doing maybe braids with your beading thread. You don't have to worry, because that will keep that braid shape completely intact. We've also got in here your lovely extendable toggle clasp. I love toggle clasps. It saves you doing the bracelet dance, which I can't stand doing. You know, when you've got to undo the lobster claw clasp on that one hand and you kind of can't get to it, and then you have to eventually ask someone to help you. You don't have that issue with this at all. Your toggle clasp you're also getting in here, and this is the extendable. So you'll see you've got the 2 circles. So that really simply means you can have it slightly longer, slightly shorter, or why not, jewellery makers? You're all creative out there. Snip it off. You can easily do cufflinks with those.
Oh, crumbs.
Inlay some wonderful little polymer designs, pop in a photograph, anything you want to, and you can create little cufflinks, can't you? Really, really easy. So you're getting 98 pieces. So you're getting all of that. But I haven't even shown you the wonderful strands that you're getting yet. These really are the cherries on top of the cake. Let's think luxury and elegance. You've got in this, I'm going to show you one at a time because honestly, you just need to love these. These are your cashew pearls in this wonderful white colour. They are stand out, hands down beautiful. The pearlescence you get with white cashew pearls is second to none. I would even go as far as to say that cashew pearls for me, I prefer to a round. I do prefer cashew pearls to a normal round because you're getting the kick of pearlescence times 10 because you've got all these different textures, these different shapes. Have you had a little look at that wall of fame earlier with the wonderful bonsai tree? These, what gorgeous leaf effects you can get with these. Make yourself a little pearl bonsai tree with these. You're getting that kind of boho organic effect, but because they're pearls and because they're cashew, you've got that elegance there as well. Something truly special in this lovely strand. As well as that, you will be getting, look at the faceting on these pieces. This is something really special. You've got here 40 carats of your white quartz in these faceted rondelles, and these are 4 by 3 mil. Can you see the faceting on these? Honestly, now as usual, the lights in the studio aren't particularly doing me any favors right now because you cannot see what is going on with this strand. These are diamond-like in the fact that their faceting is so intricate. You know, in faceting, often you'll get the diamond shape, won't you? And around a rondelle, you'll possibly get 6 or 7, won't you, of the faceting diamond shapes. With this, you are getting so many more, which just means that when you get this home, you're getting that sparkle, you'll get that seductive appeal that you want from quartz, and you're going to be getting 40 carats worth on here. As well as that, you're going to be getting a double strand. Look at the wealth of genuine gemstones you're getting on this wonderful double strand. Working with these almost periwinkle colours that you've got working through here. This is 420 carats of your fuchsia striped crackled agate. And these ones, no it's not, hang on, which one am I on here? What is this? This is your kunzite. What am I talking about? Ignore me, pretend I'm not here. This is 370 carats of your kunzite. Now, kunzite, of course, is known for its glowing effect, and you completely can get that from this gemstone. This wonderful appearance that changes from day to night. And this is what I was talking about, 420 carats of this fuchsia stripe crackled agate in these faceted slabs. Now these, to me, are luxurious. Sometimes when you're looking at agate, you almost get used to this wonderful banding. But I think because you've got it in this colour, and you've also got, if you look, this natural outside of the gemstone, almost this honeycomb effect you're getting on each of them. That is something honestly so special. Now, we are working with here an exceptional strand of your striped crackled agate. We are working with a double strand of your high-end kunzite. We've got in here, honestly, a luxuriously faceted quartz piece. And you've got your elegant, high-end Keshi pearls. Because we're working here with 4 strands of truly special, stand out, luxurious strands. This is limited edition. Now, when I say limited edition, I mean we're only in double figures for this. That means that if you want it, it's gonna be first come, first serve. Get in now or miss out. So we're getting here your 4 strands, don't forget, including a double strand of your high-end kunzite. You're getting your beading thread, your monofilament, and your elastic, as well as your findings pack. This should be £39.20, which, you know what? For that much luxury, that's a really good price, because you're working with kunzite here, the gemstone that collects energy by day and makes it glow by night. You've also got, have you ever seen a strand like this of your agate? Have you? With this rough honeycomb effect at the edge of each one and this wonderful fuchsia banding. Have you ever seen faceted quartz this exceptional and these wonderful luxurious Keshi pearls? You're getting all of that for that price is something special, but we are going to make this irresistible. Like the gemstones themselves, let's make this price luxurious and exceptional. Your price today, £24.95. That is over a £10 saving for you today on these 4 exceptional and luxurious strands. Over a £10 saving for you today on these wonderful, wonderful gemstones. And when you see what Debbie has created, you're gonna wanna get this home. You truly are, because she has worked these a charm. You are getting luxury at a fraction of the price, £10 saving for you today. £24.95, luxury for less on these exceptional strands. And they are something very special to be working with. So, so special. I love them.
This kit, when you said luxury, that's the word that I thought of when I opened it. I went, ooh. And yeah, I was supposed to be on a couple of weeks ago and I was poorly, and I thought I was going to lose the chance to do the kit because I wasn't here, but she said, oh no, I'll move the kits onto your next show, and I was really pleased because I had a special place for this one particularly because it's just so beautiful.
And you are working with your amazing Keshi pearls as well as that kunzite. You do not see kunzite in kits often,
no,
do you?
I don't think I've had in a kit before up to now. And I think as well, you've got to remember that I've done all this with what was in the kits and I still had lots left. But the agate, you could wire wrap. And think how many, you know, if you've got wire in your stash, and think how many pendants or rings that you would get if you had wire. So obviously, when I immediately saw this, I thought wire, but I was limited to what was in the kit. Yeah. But if I could have added wire, I could have made, I mean, you can make rings without wire, but it would add that extra dimension, so you could get lots and lots more out if you added some other things from your stash, couldn't you?
When I'm looking at this agate, I've just picked one up that you had left over. You're getting so much difference with it.
Everyone's different.
Because even this one, if you look at the side I'm showing you, we've got this very flattened, very zonal, almost sort of Superman shape, isn't it, there at the front? And you've got this zonality with this wonderful colouring. And then turn it to the side and you've got this honeycomb effect, this natural honeycomb and almost rough look effect. And then on the back, It's coming to the centre point, less of the zonality, more of the focal point, and you're getting those 3 completely different looks just from one gemstone, and you're getting so many on that strand, aren't you?
You get loads, and so really you've got enough to make a set. I mean, I've got 2 necklaces here, 2 earrings and a bracelet, but I could have made, you know, I like thinking of the kits as set, especially when the kits are like this. You could easily make earrings, necklace and bracelet twice over and still have a bit, you know, left over. And again, I've gone quite statement with my necklaces, but you don't need to because you've got a large agate there anyway, so that might just be a pendant for you if you're a wire worker.
That could be really simple. Now, which are you going to be showing us today?
Because they're quite time consuming, I thought I would show you how to do sort of the middle piece of the necklace, because again, I haven't used wire, which I probably would have done if I'd have had any. I've used beading thread. So again, it's how to make the most out of your beading thread and get sort of different looks by playing about, really. So when I'm doing a design like this, I tend to start with a large length of beading thread, because again, it's a lot easier to snip off at the end than it is to add if you run out. And if you do start a design organically where you're thinking, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with this, then you want to have enough for to keep up with your ideas. So I always start at the middle of my strand, so that if I'm going to do any weaving, I'm going to work outwards. So roughly, I mean, you don't have to get the tape measure out, roughly in the middle. And then I was thinking to myself, well, how am I going to get some lovely dangles in between without using all my head pins and with no wire? So I just started to play, and this is kind of what I came up with. Let's put my glasses on, excuse me. And because they're lovely...
It's a bit like Clark Kent, that, isn't it? Where's Debbie gone?
Who am I really?
Superman on the mind, clearly.
Have you seen that new film? Is that right?
I have.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's quite good, actually.
Superman. No, I'll be Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, I can see you like that.
She was the same as well, wasn't she? She put her glasses on and no one recognised
her. And no one recognised it. I know. I don't know where these are set. They're not very intelligent, the people around, are they?
Oh, they just put their hair back, and then when they're a superhero, their hair comes down.
With the hair flick as well, isn't it? And all of a sudden, no one has a clue who it is.
I love it.
I
love it. All I'm doing is putting on, I chose 5 gemstones to go through.
So are you doing it in order? Are you doing a kunzite, a pearl? You're just going?
I wanted it to be quite organic and waterfall effect, so I just put them. I didn't put 2 of the same gemstone together, but I didn't sort of do it in any particular order. And then I put my little round one on the end.
That's your quartz. Now, I was trying to explain this quartz. Honestly, the faceting on that...
It's so tiny to have such brilliance,
isn't it?
It's hard to see under the lights because it doesn't do it justice when you're trying to show it on telly. I often think that. I think often you get the strands home and they look even better, so that's a bonus, isn't it?
Definitely,
anyway?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back down my other stones and pull through.
So you're leaving out the quartz there, you're just going through the others.
I'm leaving out the quartz, I'm going through the others and push them down to the end, so that I've kind of made a little branch. So I've actually gone through the last couple. So I've made a little branch, and then I'm going to do the same again and just again thread on. I just threaded on what looked pretty, and I think when you're dealing with something like this, let's put one of these on, you don't have to think too much, because just pushed together in a bowl, they look gorgeous.
Yes.
Because the hard work's been done for you. With a lot of these kits that I had this time were all really lovely, really well thought up kits. So whoever's put these together, I'm not sure. Well done, but they were lovely.
Well done.
Well done to you, lovely. And I'm doing exactly the same again. And I'll put a little quartz on the end.
And are you doing 5 again?
I've done 5, yeah. But if you want slightly longer fringes as you go along, you might want them to fan out a bit more. You can add 6 or then 7 and then come back down again to make the fringing smaller. And then I'm going to go back down as many as I can. And if you can't get it through the pearl, it doesn't matter, because you can use 2 for your stopper beads. But I didn't want to leave the pearls out. But this is where your reamer comes in handy, to make your pearl holes a little bigger. I wouldn't try and make my pearl holes massively bigger, because you don't want to damage the gemstone, but you can often just make them bigger. And if you push your gemstones down where you want them and then pull. And it just starts to make these little kind of clusters.
Yeah.
And you can have as many as you want. So I'd probably go on there and do about another 2 so that I get a nice full effect.
Yeah.
And then you just add on your next gorgeous, gorgeous agate. Because again, you're in control of where you want that agate to be, because that side, as you said, is completely different. Look at that side. And then you've got like these little natural elements on the side. They're just gorgeous. And when you push them together, you get the fringing effect. Now I haven't pulled that very tightly because I'm rushing, you'll have more time. So you wouldn't usually see that bit of beading thread. But you're making sort of fringes and decoration in between your gemstones without using wire, without using all your head and eye pins up and sort of making, and also if you make it with your head and eye pins, they're gonna sit straight like a fan. With this, you get that kind of organic flow going through, and you just work outwards from your center stone. So I've threaded on my second stone.
The great thing with these agates as well is the hole internally drilled through is big.
Yeah.
Easily get through there your 125 mil, possibly 1.5, do you think?
Yeah, and you can go back through it a few times. So if you are a weaver, if you like to sort of weaving in and out, this is what you can do with these bigger agates, because you can get your beading thread in and out.
Oh, loads.
Kind of loads. So
easily.
You can have a little play and weave around, and because I think with this particular kit, the gemstones were asking to be kind of clustered together in a way.
Yeah.
So if I had 0.4, like you were selling earlier, I would twist and turn with my 0.4 and make a lot of detail, because they go so beautifully together and the textures are quite organic, aren't they?
Yes, definitely.
So that's what I would do if I had my 0.4 wire. But you can, if you play, get the effect that you want from your beading thread.
It's nice to see beading thread used in a different way.
And again, I wouldn't have even bothered trying to find a way if I was in my stash comfort zone, getting my 0.4 wire, but I actually really liked the effect that you could get by using your beading thread.
Yeah.
And we've always got loads of beading thread left over, haven't we? Because, you know, you get absolutely tons of it.
You get so much with it.
And again, I'm just going back down my, I'm trying not to lean over because my eyesight's not great and getting your way.
No, don't worry.
And pull it back down so that your end bead or beads are just adding that kind of stopper effect, but you're not being really precise about it. You're kind of being organic and you flower out, and I think I made a butterfly on that one just because it looked like a butterfly, so I made it into one.
I like that.
And it's very relaxing. It's not a big precise design that you have to think about too much. Pull it nice and tight, so that's a better one. There we are. And then I'm going to do another one in exactly the same way, and you can add 4 or 5 of these little branches, if you like, to your design as you go along, and just kind of organically work between the gemstones, between your agates, until you're happy with your effect. And because you've got such big holes, if you wanted to add more after, you can just take your beading thread back down again.
Oh yeah, you easily could, because there's so much space in those agates.
There's space in there. And I mean, you could even just have one of these with this effect hanging down from the bottom and then just put it on a chain.
Yes.
So that if you want them to go further, if you're making to sell,
then they can.
Yeah. So it just makes the beading thread go a little bit further and just makes different design possibilities.
I like that, because you do get a lot of beading thread in this, and it's nice because it's great if you're starting out, because it's so usable, it's so easy to use. But it's nice that you're using it in this way, so that if you have been doing it a while, it's just a different way to use it.
Yeah, and I think it's good to push your design boundaries.
Definitely.
And why not use what you've got lots of? Why sort of make buy sort of more things if you're not confident to start off with? Stick to your kit. That's the whole benefit of having the kits. If you put the toolkits that you had on earlier and the wire and the kit, you're basically sorted for pretty much whatever you want to do with your basic, aren't you? For your beading. And I mean, you just can keep weaving in and out, adding extra little branches, and then just working to each side till you've built up your necklace.
Around.
Yeah, and so it ends up like that.
You finished it off here, just adding onto the chain with...
I've added, I think, 5 or 6 of the little quartz, and then I have just crimped and added a jump ring. And I started off with that just as it was.
Yeah.
So if you are not a statement kind of person, then, you know, you don't have to have the great big effect.
You could get rid of this.
On its own, and that. You know, you could have that as, and I think that's quite bridal really in a way, isn't it?
Lovely.
And you could just have earrings. But because I wanted to just kind of have a play and do something different, I added the chain. That's obviously my design.
Add these.
To be a little bit more waterfall, because I think this kit in its essence is quite organic. It's nature and it's beautiful and it's luxurious, and I wanted that it to sort of fall. If I was wearing that, I'd have it over a plain black and just let it fall.
I would, if I was to do this, I would pop these ones, the long one, as a bolt clasp on either end, and then have it as a wrap charm bracelet.
Oh, what a brilliant idea.
Separate it, add it on.
Or you could put your bolt clasp on either side there and take that off if you wanted a lesser necklace, and add it on if you didn't.
And then add it on. Yeah. Have it as a bracelet, take it off, add it on as a bit of a different loop.
Yeah, so then it's versatile then. You get more out of it, don't you?
Yeah, really, really workable. Now, I have got less than 20 of these left in stock for you, so please treat yourself now. We had a £10 saving, just over £10 in fact, on this kit, and you've got all these wonderful ideas. So please, please do get this now at a £10 saving. And why don't you send your pictures in to where we're going next? Let's head over to the Wall of Fame. We have, we're the same height.
I've got heels on. Have you got heels on?
Yeah, I've got heels on as well. I just thought we looked quite nice, like a bit like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I'll be Tweedledum. We've got here for you your Wall of Fame entries, and we have just been spellbound by this. This is 179, and look at these Tree of Life pendants. This says, hi all. This week's entry is a group of Tree of Life pendants made from pearls, neon apatite, green garnet, coral, tourmaline and amber. All but the amber are from JM. A few of them have mother of pearl shell behind them to give a silhouette effect. Keep up the great show inspiration. All the best from Janice. Can you see how Janice has used this mother of pearl, the pearl shell behind it?
It looks amazing, and it looks like a blossom tree, doesn't it? It's absolutely stunning. Oh.
And doesn't it just go to show the fact, well done Janet for using all these different variety of gemstones, because they all look completely different, don't they?
They do look completely different, and it's a design as well that's really, really popular, and I love, it could be seasonal, couldn't it? You could have your blossom tree look in the spring, and then you could have autumnal in the autumn. Oh,
Janice, well done on these, because those are so beautiful. I love this silhouette effect that you've got, because you've popped that behind it. It looks so realistic.
It looks really realistic, almost like really three-dimensional, isn't it? I bet that against the neckline, that would look amazing.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
That is 179. Thank you very much for those, Janice.
Right, I have 177. I love this combination of gemstones. Hello, I thought I'd send you my latest entry to the Wall of Fame. The earrings are made with garnet rondelles with a super pearl at the bottom. It's all 925 sterling silver. I hope you enjoy it. Love the show. Please keep bringing us lots of lovely gems and inspiration, and happy Christmas in capital letters. Aww. And that's from Nicola from Huddersfield. That is a real classic, classy combination, and I would have put that with sterling as well. Sterling silver.
Me too, 100%. The colours there, you're working with these very, very tones. So
and just putting the one pearl on the end, very classy.
Highlights them.
Beautiful.
Nicola from Huddersfield, up my way. We've also got 180 here. Have you seen this?
I love that. It's like leaves. It's beautiful.
So stunning. Hi to all at JM. Hope everyone is well and warm. I know it's freezing today, isn't it? Here is my 4th entry to the Wall of Fame. Wow. It is a green aventurine necklace with silver plated Rolo chain. Everything from JM, of course. I love the way this sits on the neckline, and the aventurine is so stunning and such a beautiful shape. I kept it simple. Keep up the amazing work and fabulous deals. More Gemma Crow on the morning show, please. She'll be on soon, I promise. Love and hugs from Marie from Manchester. The shape and the way that you fanned those across, I can imagine those sitting on your neckline, just highlighting your collarbone.
And they're just, because they're such a beautiful shape, it's basically using the gemstones to their best advantage doing it like that, isn't it? Because you're just showcasing how beautiful they are, and it really is effective, that design. I like that a lot.
It's wonderful as well because you've got the chain. You haven't just gone from wire throughout and then wire around the back. You're actually using the chain there, which again is another skill, isn't it?
It is a skill, and also, you know, you don't want the piece to be too heavy sometimes, and the chain, if you put the chain around the back where no one's really going to see, the necklace isn't as heavy. So it's clever. Very clever. Very clever.
Thank you very much for sending this in, and you are 180.
I have 178 here. This is beautiful. I love this. I've said that to everyone, so I love all of them today. We've got some talented viewers.
We have, haven't we?
Merry Christmas to all at JM, or Merry Christmas to you too. And this is from Nick. I hope everyone is feeling better and over the JM bug. Here is this week's entry to the Wall of Fame, inspired by all the talented wire workers on Facebook and at JM Towers. Made from a sodalite slab and some other bits from a bead scoop. Hope you like it. And that's Nick. And I can't see where you're from, Nick. No, it doesn't say. But Nicola, I think. Nick for Nicola. Nicola, that's really, really beautiful. I bet if you wear that, you get lots of compliments and lots of comments. Definitely. It's that kind of statement piece. Absolutely beautiful.
It's almost got this Egyptian tone and look to it, hasn't it?
And that's number 178. So thank you for showing us that. Yeah, I'd wear that.
100%.
Crumbs, yeah.
Well, I'll fight for it. I have got here for you number 181, and this is a wonderful design from Julia. She says, "Hi all to JM. This week's entry to the Wall of Fame is pink cultured pearls and rough cut morganite strands of distinction. I kept it simple as I wanted the difference between the rough and the smooth pearls to stand out as much as possible. Hope it's going enough to the Wall of Fame." From Julie Lees from Rubery. Well, I think this is stand out, and it's quite similar in a way to the kit we've just had, isn't it?
It's very similar, and again, it's the colours, and they just speak for themselves, and you don't always have to do something really, really complicated. I mean, I still wouldn't say that's a simple design. I think that's a very clever design. Oh, yeah. And very classic. And I like the fact that you have worked with the morganite nuggets, but also the smoothness, because you're getting that texture, aren't you? It is the texture thing. It's not just a colour thing, is it? No. Texture is something that, when you use it right like this, it's something that shows how professional you are. Yeah. I think that's absolutely wonderful. Now, just to let you know, if we run out of those storage boxes for now, for today, we have sold you all of the storage boxes, those double duo that we had. However, we're going to try and bring some for you tomorrow, because I've got Kirsty, my producer, is also producing tomorrow. So fingers crossed they'll be able to get more of those for you. So this one was 181 for you. Now I have got coming up after the break. In fact, don't we have some here? What's this some? We have got coming up for you after the break some aquamarine. I love aquamarine. It's a new thing. It's a new strand. Look at it. Oh, that's beautiful. Isn't that stunning? I have got that coming up for you. Brand new strand after this very, very short break.
Here at the Genuine Gemstone Company, we are happy to announce that our studio store is now open. If you attend any of our courses, you can now browse through special items, get exclusive discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Become an exclusive customer at the studio store. For more information on available courses and dates, please contact our call centre. The new studio store. The experience just got better. If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to put towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
That is what I am bringing to you now. Can you look at how that is almost glowing? You've got this, you know those glow-in-the-dark stickers you used to put on your ceiling? You know those star shapes you used to put on your ceiling, didn't you? Hoping that your mum wouldn't see, but obviously she would. It was like they were invisible by day, and then they glowed at night.
My kids have got those in their room.
Have they?
Planets and stars, and they've got that kind of, yeah, and when it goes dark, it's like being in the solar system.
Oh, I love that.
The rocks.
Is it weird to have them as an adult?
No.
No? Do you think I could get away with them?
Yeah.
Do you think so? Okay, I'm getting the thumbs up, I might do that. But do you know what? If I buy this strand, I don't have to.
No.
Because this has got that glowing effect without looking like a child. This is a stunning strand, brand new, never seen before, aquamarine. And these are in your faceted rondelles. This is a graduated strand. Just look at how wonderful this captures the light. You've got these peppermint aquamarine tones. Now, aquamarine, of course, aqua meaning water, marine meaning water also. It's got ties with the water, so much so that not only was it known as the tears of the mermaids, but also for many, many centuries, for many, many years, sailors used to take it aboard voyages with them. So in the time when we were discovering new lands, going out on journeys, finding new people and new places, sailors used to take handfuls of aquamarine on board with them, so that when a storm began to rage and when they feared for their lives, they would throw handfuls of aquamarine into the sea, because it was believed in those days that aquamarine calmed the sea, calms the water. They believed that the mermaids would be thankful of this aquamarine and that they would help calm the storm. So it's very much got these stunning ties to the sea. And can't you see why? You can completely tell why, because you've got these aqua-like colours and this shimmering, almost like the depths of the ocean, just shining through each individual piece. 40 carats of this truly water-based gemstone of the mermaids. Your price on this, £27.95 for this exceptional strand of your aquamarine. This is such a wonderful strand. £27.95 for a brand new exceptional strand. You've got these watery tones, and you can imagine, can't you, with this glowing at night, you can imagine back in ancient times these sailors fearing for their lives on choppy water in these storms in an area they'd never seen before, simply covered by moonlight and stars shining. You can imagine them delving into their pockets and getting a handful of this aquamarine and genuinely believing that throwing this aquamarine into the water would calm the storm and ease their way. You can see exactly how people would believe that and understand that to be true. Because you've got these calming tones, you've got this relaxing look, and of course it's water, aquamarine. You've got that feeling, that luxury here, and this calming gemstone. An exceptional strand, and you can see it glowing on the strand, and honestly, when you get this home, you'll be able to see this wonderful, the way the faceting's working to give it those water droplets effects. It's so quenching, and it's not often I'd say that for a gemstone, but it is. It's very quenching. 40 carats of your exceptional high-grade aquamarine for just £27.95. Please get this home, because I for one have fallen in love with it, and I'm sure you will too. I've got half of my stock gone in this, and I did have triple figures, so I have got half of my stock left in this now. Do you like aquamarine?
I love it. I like sort of organic sea theme design, so sort of, you know, natural colours, and I think this does really remind me of the sea and the sparkle, especially on a cold winter's day. It kind of makes me feel happy to look at that kind of stone. And I like to do a lot of silver work and just sort of do shapes of dolphins and fish and things like that, quite organic shapes, and then use stones like this in between, shell shapes, and that, so that you're kind of using, again, the story behind it, but the myth and legend behind the stone is lovely, and it's a talking point. And I'm always up for talking points for a piece of jewellery with stories behind it. I think that's quite important, and something like this, you can't go wrong if you want to tell a story or you want to do a little work of art to represent something.
Yeah, definitely. And it's wonderful that you can have people coming up to your stand and you can tell them this folklore and these stories, and it gets them enticed, and it means that when they then wear it, they can pass on that knowledge and that story. And it's this lovely thing of, obviously, jewellery making, it's a very giving profession, isn't it? You create something to give other people happiness and to give other people joy, and it's wonderful that you're able to give other people stories and folklore that they will remember and keep for many, many years. It's a wonderful strand for you today. I'm so happy to bring this brand new strand to you for just £27.95 today. LZVX76. This can be yours for just £27.95. Now, I've got 2 strands in this bundle here for you, and I would describe these as very handsome. They're very handsome, dramatic statement pieces that we're looking at here. Dark Skies, this is called. You have in here 350 carats of your rainbow obsidian in these plain rounds. These are your 12 mil. And you've got 400 carats of these green ocean jasper. Now this I would describe as jet. This is a jet black colour that you're getting on the obsidian. And you're also getting 400 carats of your green ocean. Now it does say rainbow obsidian, but I've got jet black here. I'm having a look really closely. It's this wonderful jet, handsome, eye-catching statement pieces. These to me are unisex, definitely, because when you're looking at this wonderful green ocean, you're getting these wonderful tones that are very handsome and very deep and very rich. Now, it does say rainbow obsidian. Like I say, I'm getting complete jet. However, get it home. Look at it in natural daylight and you may well get different tones. And don't forget that we have got money back guarantee until January 31st. So if you're not loving it, feel free to send it back. Your price on these should be £14.40, which for something this handsome and something this statement and dramatic is a great price. But let's make this exceptional price. What are we going to go to? Something good. Whoa, let's go for something great. £9.95 for these 2 strands for you today. Including your 12mm obsidian and these rectangles that are around 25 by 18mm. So these truly are statements. Wire wrap them, create some cufflinks with these shapes, pendants. These are definitely a handsome step. From dark skies to sunny skies. Ooh, what is this called? Oh, I'm happy with these. These are like sunshine on a rainy day. I'm really happy with these ones. These make me feel so relaxed, so at ease. See what I mean with this strand? Sunshine on a rainy day. You've got these pops and these bursts of your lovely sunshine tones with almost your grey clouds and then these wonderful pops of the blue above. How lovely. But you're not just getting that in this wonderful bundle. You're also going to be getting... Look at these. You're getting 260 carats of your multicoloured chalcedony in these faceted rounds, and those are 10mm. You've also got, look at this, citrine dream. Oh, fancy beads. These are 370 carats worth you're getting here, and these are graduated from around 16 by 15mm all the way to 20 by 18mm. Now citrine, of course, we know it's so well known, it's so much loved because you've got these rich citrus tones and almost these honeycomb tones that are just, they're eye-catching, they're captivating. If you look at them together, can you not just see these wonderful natural tones? Sometimes when we say natural tones, we instantly would think of your more autumnals, your browns and your greens, but with this you're getting your natural tones in almost summer's day way, with this lovely blue sky from your wonderful chalcedony and these bursts of sunlight cascading through with your citrine. What would you think of doing with these strands?
I love the sort of organic nuggets. I use those a lot, and I've used those quite a bit in Christmas presents that I've made for people. And I quite like putting the organic shape with something like a pearl. So, you know, like we saw on the Wall of Fame, where you're changing the kind of texture of the jewellery by adding something of a different structure. And it is so fresh and light. And I think I'd go for a statement necklace. I think I'd put them together. And I think I'd use sort of maybe an antique gold if you wanted to go more of a vintage look, or you could really freshen it up by using silver with it, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, so, I love blue and silvers together. Quite
versatile, and that's quite summery and quite fresh. If you wanted to go the other way, then you could use sort of your antique copper or your gold, and that will give it a completely different look. So really, this isn't a group of gemstones that you would necessarily associate with a certain colour in your gold or silver, is it? You could use both.
You could use both. Really versatile. Your price for these two wonderful strands should be £19.90. £19.90. It should be. Should's one of my favourite words. Should. but it's not going to be today. It's my first day at big school on the morning show. Give me a schoolie discount. Oh, that is good. £12.95, and you're getting citrine in this. You are getting high quality citrine. Think about the price of citrine normally. You're edging your way up to that price anyway, aren't you? Easily. Even on ones that perhaps aren't this large. You're easily, for just your citrine, working your way up around the £11, £12 mark. But you're also getting this stunning multicoloured chalcedony with it as well in these 10mm faceted rounds. Sunny with blue skies is not the forecast for the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is the name of this bundle. You are getting a high carat weight and a high impact of colour. Bring the sun home with you this winter for just £12.95. I am aware that these came to you yesterday morning, but not in this colour. And they sold out very quickly. I'm talking minutes. I'm bringing them to you today in this wonderful gold flash colour. These are your 925 sterling silver 9-loop earring chandeliers. Oh my goodness, already my mind is going wild with things I could do with these. Of course you can create your chandelier effect. Of course, very simply, drop on head pins a few gems or work around your beading thread, but you can do so much more. What would you think of doing with these, Debbie Kay?
Well, I think you look at them, don't you, and you think earrings, but they don't have to be earrings. They can be a pendant. It's quite Bollywood, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
So I think I'd have drops of head pins, and then I'd have like a feature gemstone in the middle. And you could even put sort of 4 or 5, 3 on a necklace, and then have gemstones in between to get that real kind of Bollywood. You could even get an Egyptian feel if you use the kind of blue gemstones.
I like that.
So they don't
I'm going to take that pendant idea and raise you.
Okay.
Bib effect idea. So I'm thinking, pop them either side like this.
Oh yeah.
As your necklace, and then have coming through each side your strands of your beading thread.
Yeah, it'd be lovely.
Bejeweled, absolutely gemmed, to give you this lovely stranded effect.
That'd be gorgeous, really gorgeous.
That would be something special as well, wouldn't it? And of course it is 925, and you can tell that instantly because you've got this high shine, this high luxury effect. Your price on these for 2 pairs of your 925 sterling silver chandeliers is £6.95. And when you look closely, you have got the 9 drops off the bottom, but also have a little look at the drop just where you might add your shepherd's hook. Underneath there's another one there, which gives you the luxury to be able to have a little floating gemstone in the middle. £6.95 for 2 pairs of these today. And think for me how much you could sell 1 pair of these for once you bejeweled them. Easily double that, couldn't you?
You could, and you could even put 2 of those together for a pendant effect in the middle, couldn't you?
Yeah.
You could do loads. I was just thinking while I was looking at it, and then you could have multi-strands going from either side, or you could hang drops. So you could actually make, or put 4 together and make a flower with wire.
I love that.
So they're actually really versatile, aren't they?
So you can have them like that, couldn't you?
Yeah.
As a necklace.
So it could be like a choker effect with streams of... Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh yes, I am completely on board with this. Now these are 925 sterling silver, and what we mean when we say that is we mean that this is your highest quality silver we can possibly bring you. Now of course there is Britannia silver. Now Britannia silver is 95% silver. but this of course is 92.5%. So the Britannia silver is of course a higher amount of silver. However, it's just not usable for your findings. It's not usable for jewellery making, reason being it's so soft. So this truly is the luxurious, the highest quality silver that we would want to bring to you for this luxurious item. You've got 92.5% silver in there, which means that all that we're mixing it with, the 7.5% just gives it that strength, but you're still getting that really high percentage of your actual silver, but you don't have the problem that you would with Britannia silver. You've got that strength working there with you, which is perfect for these types of findings, especially because you have got the 9 holes and you don't want them to be overly malleable. You don't want them to bend out of shape with your heaviness, and you're not going to get that problem with these today. Thank you very much everyone who's on the phones. Please do bear with us. Chris, Hazel, and love the name Hazel. So nice. We are not restricting multi-buys on this one in particular, so do feel free to get yourself a couple, if not more of these, for just £6.95 for brand new, never seen before, 925 gold flash sterling silver 9-loop earring chandeliers for just £6.95 today. If you like working with those golden tones, I would be almost edged towards using these wonderful burnt umber tones that you're getting with this lovely agate strand. Now this is a brand new today. You have not seen this before, and I tell you what, you've got plenty on this strand. This is 150 carats of your burnt orange agate in these top drilled faceted drops, and these are your 10 by 8 mil. This is brand new. You have not seen this before, and we're working with here this real appealing zesty tones that you would want from orange agate with this almost burnt umber effect, and these are top drilled, and that is such an easy drill to work with. It truly is. Very simply, why not just pop a head pin through, bend it up, you've got yourself a pendant. Why not work with that 0.4 mil that we gave you earlier, that buy one get one free on the 200 meters that we got you earlier? Why not pop through your 0.4, have the 2 legs coming up, keep one straight, and then very simply twist the actual gemstone, not the wire, and the gemstone will naturally coil around the tops of these, and you can bring it down as far as you want, just giving you this Egyptian-like feel, almost this tassel effect, but without all of the extra work. You're actually just going to be using the gemstone as the twist, as opposed to all of your tools. You're getting 150 carats worth here, and your price on this brand new strand, never seen before, is something fabulous. £7.95. And I'm going to count them for you. It's going to take me a while, but I just want you to know how packed these are. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I've got 20 at half point of my strand, so you're getting around 40 on this strand. That is an exceptional. If you're getting around 40, we're looking at about 20 pence each. You couldn't buy plastic beads for that.
No, you couldn't.
You couldn't even buy a chocolate frog for that, could you?
No.
You couldn't, and tell you what, how long do they last?
Not long in my house.
No, not long in my house either, to be honest. No, but you've got these, and these will last you forever. 20 pence each we're looking at here, which is something that is absurd in a really good way. £7.95 for you today on this lovely brand new strand of your burnt orange agate. The ones you're seeing on my hand, they are relatively opaque, but if I just draw your attention to my center drops here, you'll be able to see the transparency and this wonderful honeycomb color that you're getting on each of them. So you're getting your dark burnt umbers, but you're also getting this lighter honeycomb colour of each. So you could colour graduate them if you wished, but It's completely up to you. Just add something different to your designs with this lovely burnt orange agate. £7.95 for you today. I'm bringing you now my last kit of the day, and this is the one that Debbie squirrels away with for the last week or so, and she's been having a lot of fun with this. This is called Forest Fruits, and I can completely understand why. Now this, I just want to point out, is a very, very special kit because I do designer inspirations in the afternoon, and obviously we have lots of kits on there. However, I've never seen a kit with this amount of wire and mesh and gemstones. You're getting 4 strands in this, as well as a mesh and 2 different gauges of your wire. You're getting so much in here. Problem is, I've only got 99 of these. So if you like what you see, I do encourage you to get on the phone as soon as you decide that you love it, you want it, you need it, because I don't want you to miss out. I've only got 99 and we don't normally like to bring you that few, but it's just what we had, so that's what we're bringing for you. Let me show you the wires first. We're working with antique bronze in this colour, and we're going to be working with 10 metres of your 0.4 as well as 10 metres of your 1mm wire. As well as that, you're getting all your goodies, including your beading thread, your elastic and your monofilament. We've got your findings pack in here also. Sticking to the antiques bronze colour, you've got all that you can see on screen here, including your wonderful shepherd's hooks, your toggle clasp that's extendable. In fact, that's a triple extender, is it, on the toggle clasp there? How wonderful. And you've got your crimps, your nautical, your chain. You've got so much, everything you need in there. As well as that, you're getting this wonderful, it's called brown, but it's more to me of a high shine bronze colour. It's such a wonderful mesh. And look at it catching the light there. This is your mesh. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo, what to do with that? Don't worry, because we're going to be seeing really, really soon exactly what to do with it and how Debbie has used it on hers. Can I open it? Can I? Oh, Christmas! I'm going to have a little play with it because I'll be honest, I've made jewellery for a while and I've very much been into the creative for a very, very long time, but mesh is a relatively new product, so I haven't really had a chance to play with it. Oh, if you have a look at this for me, it comes in this wonderful roll for you. And then is it a complete whole? Oh, wow. This is a tube. A complete tube for you here. So you can use it as is, and I know that we've twisted and ruffled on some designs before, but you can also, if you wanted to, because it is a tube, simply cut, stretch it, mould it. Look, I'm stretching it through, and it's keeping its shape very much there. I've almost made a calla lily there without even trying, and you can very simply, if you wanted to, pop your gemstones in and almost loop it back up, giving you this nestled gemstone effect. And because this is your wire mesh, don't think it's not a material that'll lose its shape. It very much keeps the shape, giving you these lovely design effects. I really like this. Have a little look. This is the calla lily earrings that have been made with this. It's in a slightly different colour, but of course you can get the idea there. You could easily create those earrings with this kit, so easily. Let's have a look. I was taken by the wonderful mesh, but I'm even more taken by these stunning gemstones. This is called Forest Fruits, and you'll understand why when you see it. These are fabulous. Look at them. Just take a moment, take them in. we've got here 385 carats of your multicoloured agate in these 12mm rounds, 260 carats of your labradorite in these plain rounds in these 10mm. You're also going to be getting 170 carats of these multicoloured tourmaline in these 8mm rounds. And you've got 90 carats of the ocean agate in these 6mm rounds. Now, you've got such a mixture of gemstones here. It's something wonderful. And this labradorite, it's unusual that you see labradorite in a perfect round like this, isn't it? You can see by my finger there, we're kicking off a little bit of the labradorescence there. You're getting this on every single piece, but as usual, these lights are not doing it any favours. Get this home and I promise you that you will adore it. Because you're getting these flashes of the blues, you're getting flashes of the goldens, and it's just tying in all the wonderful colours that you've got with the agate, with the tourmaline. These are very berry colours, aren't they? I'm so in love with these because they've got this wonderful natural tone, but they've got the pops, they've got the fun berries. Imagine sort of taking your dog on a walk in the forest and then you see these lovely bramble bushes, don't you? And they're just covered in these little gem-like berries, and you're getting that here, but they don't go up mouldy. They're not edible, standard, but you get them forever. Your price for Forest Fruits jewellery kits should be £49.05. Don't forget, for that you're getting your 4 strands, including your tourmaline and including your labradorite, as well as the 2 strands of your agate. You're also going to be getting your wire mesh, your beading thread, your elastic, your monofilament, your 2 gauges of the 1mm and the 0.4mm wire, and all your findings pack. It should be £49.05. However, not today. Would you like £5 off this? What about 10? What about more than 10? £26.95 for you today, and you're getting all of this. You are getting a wealth of goodies here. And the lovely thing is you're working with the plain rounds. If you're new to jewellery making and you haven't got a kit off us yet because you've been a bit scared, I would say no longer do you need to feel that way, because we're working with plain rounds here. And I think if you are new, plain rounds are quite a nice way to get into it, because you don't have to be worried about the different textures, getting the shapes exactly the same on each side. The work's done for you here. So wonderful for beginners, but also if you've been with us a while and you know exactly what you want to do with this, you've got that fluidity and that creative design that you can work with these plain rounds. It's something really special. We're over a £10 saving on this for you today. However, I only had 99 about 10 minutes ago. I now have 60. So I really do suggest that you get on the phones for this now, because it's gone down £1. It's over £10 saving anyway. It should have been £49.05. But however, it's not. It's nowhere near that at £25.95. You're getting a massive saving there. I'm not really in a mathsy mood today. How much saving is that exactly? £49.05, and now it's £25. People are doing maths in me here. What is that? What? Is it? £22.10. with that, you could buy the first kit pretty much that we had. Over £22 saving on this. Now think, what could you do with £22 that you've just saved here? Go to a pub, get yourself a 3-course meal possibly, depending on the pub, have a carvery, or you are making a massive saving there. Over £22 saving. You can't often say that, can you? Almost a half price deal on this, essentially. Forest fruits, 4 strands with your mesh, with your wonderful findings packs, your 2 gauges of your wire. You've got 20 meters in total, your beading threads, your elastic and your monofilament for just £25.95. Now there is an ever so slight queue on the phone. So I want you to stay with us. You'll be answered in order. We will be with you, I promise. Speaking of with you, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
It's very comprehensive, this kit. That's what struck me about it, apart from wow, again, another wow. All in the same show. It was very spoiled, but very comprehensive because you've got 2 gauges of wire in there. Without even, don't even think about the wire mesh yet. You've got 2 gauges of wire that complement each other perfectly, so you can do pretty much what you want design-wise. And then you get the wire mesh.
I just want to say that if you haven't got this kit yet, I bet you're going to want it when you see all of these designs. Honestly, these are breathtaking. Have a look at this wonderful mesh necklace that we're going to be making. We had this set up, didn't we? And Laura Binding came in. She's in with her mum today.
She is, yeah.
And her mum was like, oh, I love this. I want this. How did you do it? Isn't it gorgeous?
Easy.
That is stunning. It looks like autumnal leaves, and the way you've used the mesh. You're going to be showing us how to do these, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
Now, please bear with me because there is a slight queue, and I'm not surprised. I imagine you've all flown to the phones now that you've seen that as well, haven't you? If you are on the phone, you will be successful. However, if you're not on the phone yet, I can't guarantee you will be because I'm really, really low in stock with this now. Very, very low. I have a quarter of my stock left. I had 99, I've now got a quarter of that left. So please stay with us if you're on the phone lines, but if you're not, please don't think, oh, I'll wait to see how she's done this and then I'll get on the phone. Please don't. I don't want you to miss out because these designs are so special.
But very, very user-friendly, this kit, because as I said, you've got so many different ways you can use it, but I think the colours just spoke to me, like you were saying, through the woodland walk and the leaves, and you know, to actually use the mesh, I think gives quite a dramatic effect that is really simple to use, and you know, you can even just put it around your beads to give it a different effect. And because you've got your wire, and the wire colour complements the beads so beautifully,
it really does.
That it just goes on and on. I mean, I had loads of beads left because I've used the wire, and I had loads of wire left. So I could probably say that I could make this set 3 times over with the kit.
Really?
Yeah, because of what I had left. The wire mesh necklace, you couldn't, because I used a lot of the mesh. But everything else, lots and lots of beads and wire left. And you know, you've got your 0.4 and you've got your 1 mil. So you've got your structure and you've got your weaving all in one. So you can, I mean, you don't usually, or I haven't often had 2 lots of wire in a kit, let alone 2 lots of wire and mesh.
I know, I said that's so unusual.
Yeah, it was great fun, really good fun.
Did you have a good time with it?
I had a lovely time, and it wasn't, I didn't have to sit and agonise, it flowed. The mojo was there.
I like that. The mojo was there and present.
You know how the mojo likes to go away when you most need it?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
and
you think,
constantly.
And you're like, oh, okay, well, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
But I think with this, again, the hard work's done for you. It's absolutely awesome kit. It's beautiful.
So you're going to be showing us how to make these lovely autumnal leaves. And the thing is, the mesh, the way you've got working with this, it is like when the leaves have fallen and they've dried out and you get that skeletal look, don't you?
And you can actually buy these, can't you, in the expensive precious metal. I've seen them in the jewellers where they're like skeleton leaf effect, aren't they? And they're really expensive.
Really expensive.
And you don't ever get them, well, I've never seen them in colours like this, which are real sort of leaf colours. And I thought, well, and the mesh goes such a long way, and you can use your thicker wire to make any frame shape you wanted. So you could have done, I did toy with the idea of a flower, and I thought, no, it's saying leaf to me. But I could have done a flower, could have done a butterfly, could have done a dragonfly, anything that you can make a frame with, you could use your mesh with. So, you know, you're only limited as far as your imagination goes, really, aren't you?
And I do love these because I've always, you know, worked in the creative industry, and very much I've done a lot of, you know, photo books for people and sold those on, got commissions from that. And I love the leaves that you can buy that are the skeletal leaves, but they're expensive.
They're expensive, and the ones that you get for that sort of paper craft wouldn't be strong enough to hold structure for a piece of jewellery.
Absolutely.
So you've got the best of both worlds with your mesh, because you've got your structure with your wire underneath, which will hold it. Yeah. And also your mesh isn't going to tear because it's wire, but it's very thinly wound wire. I hadn't come across this, and then someone asked me a little while ago to actually make something out of this for a catalogue, and I was like, oh, I haven't come across this. But it was so easy to use. You get it out, and when you see what it can do, there's millions of things you can do with it. So you can come up with something really quite quickly.
It is wonderful, and what you've come up with is exceptional, and I've fallen in love with it. I really have. I wish I'd brought a bigger bag today, to be honest. I won't lie to you. I did think it as soon as I saw it. Oh, it's going to be hard to take home, isn't it?
Just put it on.
Yeah, just walk out with confidence. So you're going to show us how to make this lovely leaf design today.
So I actually just started off with my centre leaf, which was my biggest leaf. And I didn't plan it, I just got a piece of wire and had a little play. So if you take a generous piece of wire, but bearing in mind you don't want your leaf to be absolutely huge.
So that's your 1 mil?
That's my 1 mil wire, so that's going to add my structure. And then roughly in the centre, I just placed the jaws of my pliers and made a little V, so that I'm actually making the bottom sort of shape of my leaf.
I see, yeah.
And then I just really formed the wire the way it wanted to go and crossed it over at the top. And that was another idea I had, a fish. You can make a little fish, couldn't you? Because I'd been to the aquarium with the kids. Yeah. And but again, the leaves were speaking to me. But a fish, you can make a fish in exactly the same way. So when you've decided sort of on your basic leaf shape, you're going to use your 0.4 wire to kind of hold your frame together. Okay. So that's why it's so fantastic to have both of these together in the kit. Yeah. Because you can make any shape you want and then bind it together. So I'm just going to hold on to that and bind it round. Now you don't have to be incredibly neat with this because you are going to cover it. So if you're a bit worried about your wire working skills, fear not. So I'm just going to snip off my excess there.
What do you do with your excess wire?
I have a little box where I put wire that I think I'm going to use again in. But because, you know, you get such generous reels here that quite often, I must be honest,
because you know you're going to get loads more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do give you quite a lot, don't we? It's good.
Yeah, on some of the reels that you buy, you get absolutely loads. And if I've got a really tiny bit, I think I probably won't use that again. So I just, you know.
Just to let you know, I've only got 23 of these left in stock now. So really, really sorry. If you're not on the phones now, you need to get on ASAP because you have a £22 saving on this forest fruits kit.
And the good thing also about the mesh is you don't really need any special tools. You can just cut through it with scissors, with sharp scissors, so that's really good. So bearing in mind, when you pull it out, it's going to go shorter. So I cut my mesh a little bit longer than my leaf shape. And then I just start to open the bottom a little bit and then pull it apart, just enough so that I can put the head of the leaf inside. And then it's like a pair of tights, putting a pair of tights on. Yeah. You just pull it up to where you want it to be. And what I quite like about this is you can still shape with that inside. So I want to pull that out a bit because I want it to be a bit more leafy. And then that makes it nice and taut as well. And then at the end, if you just grab it and twist it, because remember it's wire, so it works in the same way.
Oh, of course.
And then
so it'll hold its position.
It'll hold its position, and then I'm going to hold that together, because that wouldn't stay if you just left it like that for a piece of jewellery that you're going to be moving and wearing. And then I'm just going to take my 0.4 and wind it round the end, just to finish it off. There. Pull it up, trim it off. So we're going to go around afterwards and actually squeeze it down to make sure everything's nice and
give it a good
and secure. Yeah. So, excuse me. Do the same thing at the top. And I've still got my tail from the wire I used before, so I'm going to secure that there. And then I'm going to just snip off my end. So you can see at this point how it could be a fish, or it could be whatever you want it to be, really. And then I was thinking to myself, well, this wire is just asking to be
an autumnal leaf.
An autumnal leaf. Now you could do that inside if you wanted, inside your mesh. I just decided I quite like the look of seeing the wire on the outside as the vein of the leaf.
I quite like that. It gives it a different look. It's high sheen, isn't it?
And so then you're left with two tails which you can add your gemstones to. So I thought these looked a bit like berries.
Yes, I like
that.
Don't
they? A little bit like the berries that you get. So I'm just threading it onto my 0.4, the big one, and I'm just going to wrap it around. And that's why keeping your tails is useful. If you don't, if you've forgotten and you've snipped them off, it doesn't matter at all. You can just add another piece of wire. Just start by wrapping it round and adding it in. And then I added in just what was pleasing to my eye, really. Excuse me. And with this, I wanted to have kind of like a little stamen. So I pinched the wires at the bottom and then twisted, so that it's giving my piece a bit of movement as well, because I can actually now move that exactly where I want it.
I see, yeah.
And it's going to stay. Let's put 3 on, just because we can.
Why not? You've got plenty.
And you get loads. And you just think the effect that you're getting here is a small piece of wire and 3 beads and a little bit of mesh.
I see.
So you could do a really statement piece with kind of lots of leaves on, couldn't you? Going right round and fanning through.
Definitely.
So I'm twisting again. Try not to over twist when you're doing this, because you don't want to fracture the wire and it to snap. So the good thing about doing this little twisty effect is you can move and sculpt your leaves where you want them to go. Now I'm going to still keep my ends, because I'm going to bring into the centre my little fishtail and make this into my bail. So working the piece upside down, round nose pliers, and just bring your ends down the back for your bail. And then you've got these ends of wire to wrap round and hold that in place. It'll take longer because you'll have more time. And then what you would do is go round, make sure you've snipped off any unwanted ends and you've pressed in so that it will be comfortable against the skin. Manipulate it to where you want it to be. And there you go.
That is really, really easy.
So I've got another one there that I've made, and you know, you layer them, or you could just have one, or I mean that would be really pretty. I mean it'd be quite decadent, but it'd be quite pretty to have a few of those on the top of a present, wouldn't they? If you know, some people love you know, if you're going to do a really special present, you could have a leaf, couldn't you, instead of a bow? That would be really nice.
Oh, I'd like a present from you, please. Lovely little tags, smags. I love. Look how wonderful these are. And if you did smaller versions, very easily earrings, couldn't you?
You could do smaller versions for earrings. You could do exactly the same process to make a flower by just putting them all together.
Of course.
Or a bun, you know, or change the shape of your leaf into like a holly shape and do a poinsettia.
The holly and the ivy.
So you can be as Christmassy as you want.
We are wasted in this job. X Factor next year, see you there.
Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, are we more Britain's Got Talent?
Could we maybe make jewellery and sing at the same time?
Oh my goodness.
I've never seen anyone do that.
I've never seen that before. Cowell, I think, would love you. Honestly, I think he'd be a big fan. He would love your designs, I'm more than sure. So I've only got a handful of these left. Can I just ask you, whilst you're there, how did we do this wonderful little ruffle effect at the top?
That was so easy, because I nearly left it at that, and then I thought, no, I kind of wanted to show something else you could do. So I just snipped off equal bits for both sides, pulled out into sort of a rough fan shape.
Yeah.
And then I took a piece of wire and I sort of thread it through. I think I used the thicker wire, yeah, I did, the frame.
So you can use the 1mm or the 0.4 for this.
And if you take it up and down,
almost sewing it through.
Sewing it through so that it keeps hold of it. And you could add beads as you go if you want to.
I like that idea.
Because,
add a little bejeweled look.
And yeah, I use the actual 1mm because I use the frame of the necklace, which was wire. And then you just kind of fan it down, and I actually put it down onto my bead mat and I pressed it so that it stayed. That's very quick and very messy, but you get...
That's so easy though, isn't it?
And you can also trim it, so if you want to get rid of your edges, you can just trim them off into, you know, a pleasing shape. And as I said, you could even go back and wind beads in there, couldn't you?
That's such a good idea.
It's a very good fun medium to work with, this wire, and it's not scary at all. No. And once you start manipulating, if I wanted to, I could take that back to shape by just pulling it, look.
I love.
So if I didn't like that and thought, oh, that's rubbish, I start again.
What a wonderful, wonderful leaf design we've had there. And let's not leave it there. Let's go to the Wall of Fame. Welcome back to the Wall of Fame. What have you got there?
Beauty. I have beauty here. 182. I was just looking. Gorgeous.
Wow.
And this is hi to all you lovely people at JM Towers. I was given this top by a friend and asked to make her a necklace to complement it. I love doing that.
Great idea. I've never heard of someone doing that before.
Because you can give material swatches. This is the beauty of commissioning a jewellery maker.
Wow.
I came up with these two designs. She loved them both, but went for the front one with druzy and shell with a frame Jasper pendant. I love the other one with the hematite heart. All ingredients from JM, and that's from Beverly from Anik, or Beverly Anik. I'm not sure if she's from there, that's your surname. But oh, and you can see how if someone gives you a top, the people have done this to me before, and then you match it exactly. So there's something quite special in doing that. Thank you for showing us that.
I love
182.
that hematite.
It's absolutely just beautiful, and it just shows off. I mean, it looks like the dress itself is quite beautiful material, but quite plain.
Yes.
And so the jewellery would really make it stand out, I'm sure.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for sending that in, Beverly. Now, I thought you'd like this.
I've made these. They're brilliant.
No, you haven't. This
no,
is from Emma.
I have made.
Try and make this your own. I've got these lovely earrings for you. Aren't they fun? Hi, JM. There's something Christmassy I've made with polymer clay I bought from you. I sold 7 pairs of them at a Christmas fair I did on the weekend. Sadly, after standing for 3 hours at the fair, I aggravated an old back injury, so I'm off work.
Oh no.
But yay! Get to watch you today.
Well, that's the plus side, isn't it?
Loving the show. Thank you, Emma, from Hereford. Lay on the sofa. Chicken, I hope you're feeling better soon. There's nothing worse than being laid up off work.
No.
Gets real boring real quick. But I hope you're wicking up some more of these because they are wonderful.
Such fun.
Sumptuous. Your number today is 185.
I've got 183. Oh, these that we were talking about, personalising your jewellery. And this is from Maria. And she says, hi JM, I've been loving the designer inspiration shows in the afternoon, especially Natalia's metal clay ones. It would be great if you could post what's on for the week on FB or something so I don't miss one. Okay. Anyway, Natalia demonstrated how to do a fingerprint charm using the moulding compound. Here are my cufflinks. I have engraved them on the back with the children's names and their daddy loves them. Good luck, everyone. We could all do with a win at Christmas, I'm sure. And that's from Maria. I've never seen this technique done with cufflinks. I think it's a fantastic idea.
So adorable.
Because we always do like the mums for the mums.
Yes.
But what a fantastic idea for the dads. My husband would wear these. I think they're lovely. Really nice.
That's the type of gift to buy someone or to make for someone who's got everything,
Yeah.
isn't it? Because that's such a loved gift.
It's a loved,
So
it's something that
thoughtful.
you'd keep and that's a talking point, and they're really clever, and that's 183. So good luck with that. They're beautiful.
Good luck with that. That is such a wonderful piece. And look at these earrings. Hello, JM. Here is my Wall of Fame entry. The earrings are made from my stash of gems. They are multi-gems bought from JM. Love from Sharon Townsend from Barnsley.
So that's near me.
Barnsley, is it? Up your way. These are wonderful because those, to me, you can see that a lot of thought's gone into them. You can tell because the wonderful colours you've got mixing through.
And they're lovely, and I think as well earrings are a big seller, aren't they? And earrings, everyone likes to get earrings as a present. And you know, something a bit different that no one else has got. It's absolutely brilliant.
Earrings are great as well because they fit everyone, don't they?
Yeah, they do. So you don't need to know sort of wrist sizes and things,
Sizes or
do you?
anything like
No.
that. And these colours that you're working with here, everyone loves those as well,
Yeah,
don't they?
gorgeous, really
so
nice.
congratulations, Sharon, because I love those. Again, that's totally something I'd wear.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, really pretty.
Thank you for those, Sharon.
I've got 184 here, a beautiful wirework necklace. It says, hi all at JM. After purchasing the melting pot from JM a few weeks ago, I love the melting pot. This is a jewel enamel pendant, really? I thought it was a gemstone, which has been wire wrapped and attached to a Viking knit chain. The jewel enamel was set in a mould made from a stone from a local Cornish beach. Ah, that's why, to give it a more organic feel. That's genius. Hope you like it. And that's Anne Williams from Cornwall. Anne, that's why it looks like a gemstone, because she's used a pebble as the mould. How clever are you?
That is so clever. Anne, you smart cookie. I would never have thought of doing that.
And I've got the moulding compound, and I've moulded a lot of things, and I never would have thought of that, because I've looked at that closely and I really did think that was a gemstone,
I did.
agate pendant or something.
I thought
like
it
that.
was.
That's really beautiful.
Nice work, Anne. Good luck.
184. Stunning, huh?
How wonderful. Hey, they're talented out there, aren't they? Tell you what, puts me to shame. Thank you so much for sending in all of your Wall of Fames. I've got coming up for you, after a short break, some tantalising tanzanite winging its way to you very, very soon. I will see you after this short break.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day. Ed's excited. Oh, look at him. What a guy. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this video.
Join guest designer Louise Jacobson for our Wirework Rings DVD. This DVD contains a step-by-step guide on how to use a ring mandrel, create single and double stone rings, cluster rings and much more. Get the inspiration and help you need to create your very own handmade jewellery. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
Hello, hello, and welcome back. We are joined by this glamorous array of ladies here today. They have got the fortune of being on Spellbinding Laura Binding's workshop today. And what have you been up to today?
So far we've made a couple of rings, wire wrap rings, which has been quite exciting and intense.
Intense?
Yes, intense.
Laura, what are you doing? Oh, I imagined Laura with a whip kind of, come on, hurry up, make faster.
So you're too slow.
And have you enjoyed it so far?
Excellent, excellent so far. Yeah,
Have you been on one before?
No, it's the first one, my 50th birthday present for my boys.
Oh,
bless.
It's
a birthday
That
day.
is so thoughtful. Bless the boys. Hi, birthday girl. If she looks like the mirror image of this lady over here, that's because you're Laura's mum, aren't you?
I certainly.
And Laura, isn't it a special day coming up soon?
It is. It is.
And what is that?
Apart from Christmas.
Before Christmas, more important. It's her birthday coming up. Yay. Got a little sweet treat for you here. Oh, look. How wonderful. Squeeze on him.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Right, make a wish, please. It's a good one. You went a bit Sammy at then, didn't you?
Do I have to blow? Yeah, you got to play. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mum.
Mum, I like that. Blow them out.
Make a wish.
Oh! Yay! Oh, lovely! Oh, happy birthday. When did you get a knife on that, yeah?
I knew there was a reason there was a change of plan for it being a day show.
Got a table at the side. Happy birthday for them. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Kath.
Kath, how's your day been going?
Oh, it's brilliant, yes. Yes, we're doing some weaving now, so that's good. Yes. Counting. Yeah.
Have you been making them count?
Yeah. Yes, I know.
Have you all been nodding off in there?
Concentration.
Chanting! This all sounds very deep. Are you also doing some yoga, ladies?
Find out what goes on.
I love it. Well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'm going to come in and have a nosy later to see what else you've managed to whip up. But we will see you soon, ladies. I've got some tanzanite. Does anyone like tanzanite?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Well, keep your eyes opened, all right? I'm off. I'm off. See you soon, ladies. Send us a piece of that cake, please. Thanks. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Really want some cake? Isn't that lovely? And speaking of lovely, what about the rarest gemstone known to man? That's a bit lovely as well, isn't it? I've got here for you this exceptional strand of graduated faceted tanzanite. This is 80 carats worth here for you. So, when we talk about tanzanite, we're talking about rarity. Now, tanzanite, you'll know, is only mined in one location. So the foothills of Kilimanjaro, just that one location at this time, that's the only place we've ever found it. Now, we have mines in that area, but sadly, already, in the short space of time that this has been open to us, literally in the last 50 years or so, we've had to close down a mine. Very simply because technology has not permitted us to get any more in that one mine. In that mine, we're around 800 metres into the crust of the earth, which, as you can imagine, is a hefty amount down into the crust of earth we're looking at. And because we're so far down into the crust, we simply have not got the technology at this time to go any further. We haven't got the tools, we haven't got the drills to get any further down, we haven't got the amount of dynamite or the type that we need to get further into these mines, and that mine itself is completely closed. And you know what? That's only going to keep on happening. We're not going to magically find another location, it looks like at this time. We're not going to magically find other places to open up more mines. This gemstone is the rarest. It is 1,000 times rarer than diamond. Now the thing is, you at home, if you've watched us a lot, you know that we have tanzanite here often, and we do. But that is ever so simply because when we get something, we pass it on to you. We could, if we wanted to, and if we were a bit naughty, sit on this for a couple of years when it's got rarer, when more mines may well have closed down, when we can't get our hands anymore, and then bring it to you at a higher price. But we don't want to do that. When we get our hands on it, we want to pass it on to you so that you're able to create pieces that you can then sit on and pass down and hand down. This true heirloom pieces you can create with this strand of tanzanite that, let's face it, it will not be around forever. Your price for this 20 centimetre strand, rarest gemstone known to man, your price today, £24.95. If you think, okay, if you think it's 1,000 times rarer than diamond, okay, we think of diamond and we think luxury. And a lot of the reason we think diamond as luxury is because of its rarity, isn't it? So if you think this is 1,000 times rarer than that, in a way you could say it's more luxurious. At £24.95, we're bringing this to you today at a real deal. And these rondelle sizes that you're getting, have a look at the size on these. It's from 5x3 all the way to 7x5 mil, and these are much larger than you're used to seeing. For this rarity and this luxurious gemstone, you are getting here something that you can very simply create a stunning piece that you can then hand down for generations and generations to come. It's £24.95, and every single day we're trying to find more of these. Every single day we're going deeper into the Earth's crust to find more tanzanite for you. Sadly, that will stop. At some point, that will end. We won't always be able to bring this to you unless by some miraculous magic we manage to find somewhere else that has this within its Earth's crust. But by the looks of things now, every day we're getting closer to complete extinction. £24.95. I've got half of my stock gone on this. Now it's gone to over. I've got 27 of these left for you. I've got 26 left. 25 left of these. £24.95. I've got 23 left. If you're thinking rarity and you want something that possibly your grandchildren or your great-grandchildren won't be able to buy firsthand, then this is the strand for you. This is the strand for you, if that's the case. Because it's more than likely that in a few years' time they won't be able to buy this. This will be one of those gemstones that is purely a passed down piece. It'll get to the stage, more than likely, where you won't be able to buy tanzanite firsthand. You'll only be getting it through second-hand use. But we're passing this on to you now because right now we've got it. We could sit on it. We could wait for that rarity to increase even more dramatically than it is because we've got one mine closed. It's only a matter of time before another mine closes. But your chance to own this wonderful, rarest strand for just £24.95. I'm gonna leave the last couple of those with you. I am in double figures, but only just. I will be heading to single figures very soon. I'm going to leave those with you because I want you all to have the chance to get them. Now, what have we got here? Wow. That was a bit of a scary tiger. I sounded slightly more like a mangy cat, to be honest. I've got here for you these two wonderful strands of your tiger's eye. Look at the chatoyancy in these. You've got your triangular shapes as well as these rectangles with the circular edges. You'll see they circular all the way around. They've not got the flat edges here. I've got 110 carats of the triangles. These are your 10mm triangles. And I've got 90 carats of these flat tubes, they're described as. And these are 12 by 6mm. Now, tiger's eye has been said and been told for many, many years. It's been found on dig sites. Archaeologists have hunted out lots and lots of tiger's eye that has been inset into armoury work. They've found lots and lots of soldiers and warriors from the past buried with swords and armour that is completely covered in tiger's eye. The reason being, they feel, is reading old manuscripts and looking at these tombs where people are buried with these weapons completely covered in this wonderful tiger's eyes, because it was believed at the time, in the Roman times and previous to that, it was believed that tiger's eye brought you strength, it brought you power, and it would also ward off your enemies. So that's why they used to encrust their armour and their swords and battle instruments with this wonderful tiger's eye to ward off their enemies. So it's said to give you confidence and it's said to give you power. So what a lovely gift for someone. Give them a little bit of strength, give them a little bit of power. Perhaps if you've got someone who's going into a job interview and they need something a little bit, give them a bit of kick, give them a bit of courage, then this could certainly be the strand bundle for them. Your price on these two powerful stones should be £14.40. But I said should. I love a bit of should, don't I? Shoulda, woulda, coulda got them at that price, but no, we are going lower for you today. £8.95. Oh, well, that's just silly. I like that price a lot. The gemstone of power, and that is a powerful price at just £8.95. I've got people on the phone buying 3 of these and I'm not even slightly surprised. LVGC26, tiger's eye in these triangles and the flat tubes. And because it's this yellow tiger's eye as well, the chatoyancy is just giving you an extra kick, an extra burst, isn't it? You're getting these golden honey-like tones just sort of reacting with the light through each of them. £8.95 for these 2 strands, including 110 of your triangles and 90 carats of your tubes. Now, I have got a few people on the phones for these, so if you've got your basket open online, please, please, please do check out, because someone might queue jump you and take it out of your basket. Imagine you're in at your supermarket, yeah, and you do your big shop. You know, the big one. You do the big shop. Maybe on a Wednesday, I'm a big shop Wednesday day. Debbie, what day do you do your big shop?
I don't tend to do one massive shop.
Oh, do you know?
No, I can't bear it.
Oh, really? I'm a big shopper, me.
No, I do bits at a time.
You do your big shop, okay? So imagine you've done your big shop, you've done your list, you've filled up your trolley. You wouldn't just leave your trolley then, would you, in the centre of the supermarket and go home? That would be silly. So don't do it online, okay? If you're not checking out, it's like you've just left your trolley there and gone, oh, we'll come back to it later. And then you've just left, you've driven home, you've watched Corrie and you've come back. Don't do that. Check out now. And don't forget, you can keep checking out. That's not a problem at all. Keep checking it out as many times as you want. You're still just getting the one postage and packaging. Now, I'm bringing here to you some fabulous fluorite today. Look at these 2 strands. Wowzers. You've got 210 carats of the pencils, and these are 16 by 7 mil. And it says here you're getting 25 of these on the strand. You've also going to be getting 200 carats of these fluorite in these long beads, and these are 30 mil by 9 mil. So 3 centimeters long, aren't they? Wow. Aren't they lovely? Now, fluorite is known because it's known for its cleavage. It's known for the way it's layered. The thing is, fluorite, when we're working with it, fluorite only really relatively recently have we been able to shape it in this way. Only very, very recently. Reason being, the way that it's made, created completely by Mother Nature. It's created in these layers that has meant that in time, when we used to try and cut it and shape it in these ways, it would just split, it would just crack. Now, we have got to the point now, we've stepped it up a gear, and we've been able to find technology to be able to bring you these wonderful shapes without the worry of them splitting. Your price on these should be £14.90. Look at them, look at the wonderful pencils. You've got wonderful colours in here. £14.90. It should be. But let's go a bit lower. Why not? Let's give you a few extra pounds as a treat. £12.95 today for these lovely, lovely, I love the pencil shapes. Now, Debbie, pencil shapes I personally really like. Did I sound a bit like a child then, asking the mum for something? Debbie, can I have these sweeties, please? They've been real good.
Did you see me? I went, I thought someone was asking me for their dinner. Mummy, can I have a biscuit?
Debbie. Debbie, personally, I really appreciate these pencil tones and shapes. But what would you think of doing with them?
Do you know what I like about them? It reminds me of years ago when I used to, you know, go to like the New Age stalls in Camden.
Oh, I can so see you as one of them.
And I used to get my sort of crystal points, you know, and they used to cost a fortune, and then you just put them on a piece of leather thong or something. And you can do sort of some quite out there designs, putting the wire on and just putting it on the on leather or chain or anything like that, and you know, it can look really pretty.
I think it's wonderful, and that's a really good idea. It's so nice, and the different colours you're getting, because if you have a look at this one for me, you see you've got the purple banding here, and you can't really see it that well against my hand, but there are areas of transparency. And look, it's completely echoed just randomly in this one next to it, and these lovely pencil shapes. So you're getting a wealth of things here, aren't you? And the thing is, fluorite, like I said, it is unusual to be able to get it and bring it to you in these wonderful shapes and with this wonderful faceting, because that technology is relatively new to us. So it's lovely to be able to bring you not one faceted strand, but two today for just £12.95. Let's get a little bit new, shall we? Let's go a little bit fiery. Let's give you my favourite gemstone ever, ever, ever. This is your fire opal. Think hot, think passionate, and that is exactly what you're getting with this exceptional strand of your fire opal today. Now, I've got a problem with this. My problem is, A, I want it, B, I'm working, so I can't actually get it. C, I've only got less than 30 of these So I can't even get home, put curry on and try and order these in because we just won't have any left. So that's my issue. The way to get around this, I would say, is Mum, if you love me, can you please ring through and get these for me now? Because that's my Christmas present sorted then, isn't it? You are working here with your Fire Opal. Now, Opal has got this exceptional play of colour. Now, these camera lines, they are a little bit bleachy, but I reckon even if you zoom in slightly, you can see on this one here, you're getting these rainbow-like tones, these fabulous colour plays that you're getting on every single one. Now, Debbie, I was going to call you Debbie McGee then. Realise you are a little bit magic, but not in that way. Debbie Kershaw, what are you thinking of doing with this fantastic Fire Opal?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? It'd be lovely in a wire-out ring. Ooh. You know, making a shape. You could even do like a heart shape and then, you know, put it onto the actual ring itself, and that'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Oh, hell, that's a great
Rings would be
idea.
good with those.
Oh, I'm in love with that. You're getting these rich tones as well, aren't you, with the Fire Opal? And this fun play of colour. Have a look at these fab burnt umber you're getting all the way to almost your sunshine tone. Now, this is an 18 centimetre strand of your 35 carat Fire Opal you're getting here. Now this is low quantity. Your price on this today, £21.95 for 35 carats of Fire Opal. Please look at this against my neckline. Look how wonderful these colours work with skin tone. It almost adds this warmth to you. £21.95, and I am a happy, happy bunny with these Fire Opal. Fire Opal takes such a long time for Mother Nature to create these. It really, really does. Tiny droplets of water just filled with silica seeping through cracks. It takes such a long, long time for gemstones to be formed. You can see near at the top of my finger, when I'm twiddling, can you see these fire bursts just popping through? It's this one up here. Can you see just there, catching the light? I'm getting a lot of that throughout this strand. Again, it's these lights. £21.95 for you today. Let's keep it new, shall we? This is exciting. Now, we've been bringing matrix boxes to you, haven't we? It's a new thing we got in. It's a new thing we're trying out. You're really liking them at home. And of course, I'm bringing you all these gemstones, aren't I? But this one is a slightly different matrix box because this is your findings matrix box. I've not looked at this before and already I am in love. Look at these. I'll show you them as a whole before I decide to get out this piece of paper. Look at what you're getting in here, including, look at these little heart charms. That's a little heart-shaped charm for you there. You've got also your shepherd's hooks with these locks. Aren't they wonderful to have your lock clasp on there? Just meaning that when you strand all your earrings on, even if it is a little bit heavy and you're worried it's going to tip out, you've not got that problem because you've got the lock back. You've also got, keeping on the heart theme to make you fall in love even more, these other heart-shaped charms, which are these flattened out charms. You're also getting in here your normal shepherd's hooks that have got this lovely gizmoing effect on the side. You can see there, that just giving you a design feature, taking out the work for you. You've also got your toggle clasps. You're going to be getting 2 of these toggle clasps, and these are joined together by a jump ring. It's good to make a note of it because that's again something else you can use for a separate design. You're also going to be getting your jump rings and your spacer beads, as well as, ooh, it's chain. I would describe these as your waved circles. Have a look at these for me. Isn't that lovely? Now, all of this that I'm bringing to you is 925. You can tell from high shine, but you can also see here on your chain at the end, you'll get a little star with your 925 stamp. Use that in your design as well. I would. So you're getting so much in here. 10 jump rings, 4 of the puffy hearts, 4 of the shepherd's hooks, 4 of the shepherd's hooks with the lock backs. You're also getting this wonderful length of chain, 4 of your fancy shepherd's hooks. You're getting so much in here. You're getting, you're getting 8 different things, but you're getting a wealth of each. Now, this is 925. You're getting 54 pieces, including that wonderful length of chain that you're getting in here. Your price for this, £29.95. Wow. Including these lock earring shepherd's hooks. We don't bring those to you like this, do we, generally? Very rare that you'll see these. 54 pieces. That works out about 55p each, doesn't it? What a great, great deal for you on this 925 sterling silver. And do you know what? These little lovely puffy hearts, I absolutely adore those. Just these on a charm bracelet, they're so wonderful. 925 for just £29.95 for 54 pieces. You're getting the quality and you're getting the versatility. This is a truly wonderful matrix. Now you are on the phones, please do check out your baskets on these because they may well be whipped away from you. And I don't want you to miss out. Start the Christmas off right. £29.95 for you today. Now what have we got in here? 3 strands. Wowzers. Oh, hello. Wow. We are working with a wealth here. Have a look at these for me. This is your Botswana Bonanza. Ooh, la 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 la. We've got here for you 185 carats of your Botswana agate in these ovals, and these are approximately 16 by 12 mil. You've also got 615 carats of the agate in the faceted nuggets. These ones here. These are 13 by 7 mil, and they are graduated all the way to 24 by 14. As well as that, you're going to be getting the smoky quartz in the 220 carats. Strand all these up for you, because look, these are, I've got to admit, quite eye-catching, quite bulky, possibly to some quite intimidating. But what would you do with these, Debbie?
Large gemstones like that, because if you're not a statement jewellery person, you can just wire wrap them. You can have one for a pendant, you can have 2 for earrings, you can cage them, and you could have a caged pendant and just put it on a simple chain. So you don't have to, just because the gemstones are large doesn't mean that you have to go full out. I would go full out because that's what I like, but you don't have to.
You have got versatility here, haven't you? Your price on this Botswana Bonanza today, £18.95 for these 3 strands today. And look at the length of the strands for me. These are long strands. You have got a wealth on these. You have got so many, and you're working with a true mix of colours. If you're looking from the bottom with your Botswana agate in these faceted nuggets, you've got these pops, you've got that citrus, that saffron, all these bursts of colour with this wonderful zonality, and then working your way to the misty smoky quartz. And of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it's very much believed that the smokier the quartz, the more appealing, the higher in value. And if you look at this smoky quartz in particular, you're getting that high smokiness, which means to people on the outside, high smokiness, high quality, and that's exactly what you're getting in this strand. And then all the way to the top with the Botswana agate again, with this more delicate shapes, the more almost neutral, organic colours that you're getting. This is a wonderful bundle for anyone who's perhaps a bit of a writer's block, a bit of a creative block, and you're not really sure what kind of road you want to go down. Well, you're getting a mixture of directions to go in with this wonderful strand pack at just £18.95 for these 3 fantastic strands. We had earlier on your wonderful green selection, didn't we? Let's, for our last bundle of the morning, take it back to the green scene with these wonderful strands. Look at these flower shapes.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
I really like these flower shapes because they're fun. They're a little bit quirky, aren't they? But they're also like ageless.
Yeah, they are ageless. I mean, you could make a really fun design for a little girl, like say for my daughter Daisy, she's 6, she'd love that. Or you could put it amongst a more organic design and do quite a grown-up piece of jewellery. Yeah. So it's what you make it, isn't it? That's the beauty of the strands. They end up being something that comes from your imagination.
I really like that. And especially because you're working with jasper, you've got that natural feel. And do you know what? You know those wonderful leaves you did earlier? Wouldn't these be nice with that?
Yeah, really nice.
Almost this little autumnal buds, wouldn't they?
That would be really lovely. That'd be a lovely add-on if you got that kit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, fab add-on. Now, in here you've got 220 carats of these 5-petal flowers, and these are 15 by 15 mil. As well as that, you're also getting 160 carats of this fancy jasper in these diamond shapes. And the way these are drilled, it's giving you a bit of an eye-catching jut, isn't it? A bit of a texture, a bit of a signature, but obviously you've still got those smooth sides around each. Now, you are getting here 2 wonderful strands and a true mixture of colours. Your price on these for 2 strands today, £8.95. Wowzers. And we're going to be having a little look in a second at Debbie and what she's made with these same colours. So if you didn't manage to get that kit earlier on, I think we've still got a couple left possibly, but if you didn't, then definitely get these because you can mix these tones into what you're doing.
Yeah, you could do a very similar design, couldn't you, with the same sort of green and kind of nature tones. They're lovely, and I love I think the shapes, the flower shapes, and when we get the leaves and the flowers, so unusual, just so pretty.
I really love these. 2 strands you're getting here for just £8.95 today with these lovely deep rich greens, but you're also getting the pops of the autumnal browns and the pinks and the lovely yellows. What a lovely mix here. My last bundle of the morning, XXGC35 at just £8.95 for you today. Now, we did for you earlier challenge Debbie, not Annika. I was listening to her this morning. She gives out tea towels now.
Why?
As gifts for people. I would love to have you on a tea towel.
Oh dear, that's scary.
No idea. Oh, wouldn't that brighten up your day though, wouldn't it? When you're drying off your mugs. Just me. I've got here for you this glorious green kit that we brought for you earlier on. We let the lovely Debbie have a little bit of fun with this. We had in here your olive crackled quartz in the long nuggets. That was 330 carats. We had 260 carats of the red and white quartz in these 10mm plain rounds. And I had the dark green cultured pearls for you here. You're thinking luxury, aren't you? And at just £9.95, that is a luxurious price. We love that price. That's a bit of a treat, that price, isn't it? Because from what I remember, it was meant to be way more than that. Way more than that. I think it was meant to be around 15, even more pounds. So for just £9.95 for you today, you're getting your crackled quartz, your white and green opaque quartz, and this wonderful strand of your 9x8mm pearls. What I would say to you is, if you like this now, I bet in a few seconds you're going to love it, because I've just sneaked a little peek at the corner of what Debbie's created here, and I think I'm in love. It looks fab. How have you done this?
Oh, it's very quick, but I wanted to show as well the versatility of the butterflies and making the holes in them.
Yeah.
So I obviously made some holes in the butterflies, and then I just strung them through and just literally wired them on. Because again, it takes you thinking out of the box as far as that goes. But so if you made something like this at home, you'd take more time over it, but you get the idea.
This is wonderful, and I love that it's just a sweep over the shoulder one, isn't it?
Yeah. So what you basically do is you put it on, then you arrange it where you want it to sit, depending on the neckline of your dress or what you're wearing. And I'm really into these at the minute because, you know, you can put them on and then you just arrange them, so it can look different every time you wear it. It doesn't. You know, you don't have to make them so they're all really busy like this. You could make just a couple of strands, but it's quite a nice idea, I think.
I love this. I think it's such a wonderful piece, and I don't know why, but to me, I think you could make quite a male piece with this.
Yeah, you could.
Couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. And again, it just shows that, I mean, the two butterflies on there aren't textured because I didn't want to hammer while you were talking, but you don't have to even hammer or texture.
No.
You know, they're lovely on their own. And I think as well, I've used silver and gold, and I think that works. And I think sometimes people are a bit scared to mix their metals, aren't they?
Yes, you can be a little bit daunted because you're worried about the
And you think
tones.
it always has to be gold or it always has to be silver.
Yes.
But again, it shows that this lovely green colours in this bundle just go with both metals. So it's been lovely today. I've had the most lovely gemstones, the most lovely kits, and I've had a lovely time.
Oh, good. We've treated you really well today then, haven't we? And how have you attached these pearls at the top here?
I've literally just wrapped them round with 0.4 wire. So they're just wrapped on.
I see. Possibly if I turn it to the side for you, you'll be able to see a little bit better.
So the larger wires are just wrapped together, and then the pearls are wrapped over the top.
That's really easy, because that, again, it almost looks like they're floating, doesn't it?
And it's really good to cover up messy wire work.
Yes.
Or if you do it quickly, like I just twisted them all together for quickness. But if you don't want that organic kind of look of the wires showing, then you can cover them. It's similar to what you do with a tiara, and you would do on to cover the tiara band if you wanted to.
I see.
Same sort of thing.
I see. And I love the movement of the butterfly at the bottom, but also this one we have at the side that just keeps sort of catching the light. It's flying away.
It's flying.
It's trying to fly into my bag, isn't it? That's what I think. You had in that wonderful kit those 3 fantastic strands for just £9.95. Thank you so much for joining us today. When are you back on, Debbie Kay?
Not till after, I think, the 14th of January. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Take care.
Merry Christmas. What are you getting for Christmas? Do you know?
No idea.
You've not been given any hints? Did you not write a list for Santa?
I got rather a nice ring for my birthday, so... Well, I haven't got it yet. I'm getting it tomorrow.
Getting it tomorrow for your birthday.
I don't mind what I get for
I want to
Christmas.
say to you, happy 23rd birthday
Oh,
for tomorrow. How's it feel to be 23?
Oh, you know, yeah. Well, 23 again now. I'm just going to start counting down now instead of up.
Sounds like a plan to me. Well, we won't see you till the new year then. Oh, rude. We will see you then. Now, on the mid-show, I have wonderful, wonderful treats and deals for you coming up very, very soon. I'm seeing a lot of wire. I'm seeing bouncing in. Hi, Bouncy.
Hello.
I like Bouncer from Neighbours.
I like your hair.
Thank you, I like you. How are you all?
Really good. What have you got for us today?
Rachel Norris is back for the first time in months. This is the first mid-shift she's ever done. The genius that is Rachel Norris is going to be joining me at 1 o'clock, so I'm so excited.
Oh, how wonderful! Rachel Norris bringing you all of your inspiration for this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Please do stay tuned for the wonderful Rachel Norris. I will see you back on my normal show, Designer Inspirations, on Monday. I'll see you then, but until then, enjoy the rest of your Jewellery Maker day. I'll see you very soon.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. And each week, one lucky entrant will win